That came up really fast. I hope you guys can hear me. I haven't adjusted my audio, um, but I hope you can hear me. I'm going to do the headset tonight. I was just grabbing the mouse that, of course, I unplugged. I hope everybody is well tonight. Welcome to Fri-Yay. I used to be Fishes. I am now South Florida Sunshine. I renamed my channel for those of you who don't know. I have some friends, of course, that know, and I appreciate all their support. Good. It sounds clear. Okay, good. I haven't used it in a while, and I thought maybe it would help me keep things down a little bit. Although I need to do like that so I can hear myself. Hey, Freaky Geek, welcome. Let me go up to the top and greet everybody. Pass McQuaddy was in here first. If you guys haven't checked out her channel, she's starting to load videos on, and she's part of the competition, well, friendly competition that's going on, the gardening and homesteading skills. It's the hashtag. You look for hashtag gardening homesteading skills, no spaces and no and in between. Gardening homesteading skills. And you'll find Passamaquoddy is in there. And so is a lot of people in here that I'm seeing. Cashew Gesundheit. She is just part of my mod squad, and she's a wonderful lady and just real good encouragement. Couldn't ask for better. And Gardener Josh, I think he ran off to bed, which I don't blame him. He gets up very early for work, and he works like a 6-day week. So got to give him props for that. Gardening Warrior Q, also in our friendly competition. Find her under the hashtag. And Storms, Radios, and Cats, also find him under the hashtag. And Where to Begin Homestead, Janice, everybody's sweetheart, and also mama to 2 bulls this week, and now little tiny babies, quail babies. And I think she's got the genetics for white ones. So that might be a business coming up. And Freaky Geek. Hey, Freaky Geek, it's so good to see you. Thank you. You like my headset? And of course, my Captain Homestead Aquarius. Always grateful for you, Captain. Yes, there's the hashtag for those of you who don't know about the competition coming in. It's not really competition. That's not the right word, is it? I'm not sure. It kind of is, but it's very friendly. It's basically just to get, yeah, they're baby bulls. They were just born on her land for Where to Begin Homestead. Check out her channel, and you can see one of her heifers becoming a cow, which I never knew that. And you'll find out how they do if you watch her channel and look for that video. Then there's steers after you take their Rocky Mountain oysters, huh, Q? They become steers. I didn't know that either. I know gelding is a boy that they took those things from in the barn. They gelded him, and he's no longer Mr. Stud of the barn, which for riding programs is very important because you don't want that with them, wanting to mount the other female horses that are giving riding lessons to kids. Yeah, challenge. That's it. It's, I guess, more of a challenge. That's it. I like that word too. That's a good word, Storms. I thought tonight I would read something. I had skipped some of these, and of course I really need it. I don't know if this is in the right direction, so you guys can read it. To me, it is, but it's a book I picked up actually at a cute store in our mall that's up below me in Boca. And it's called Calm Your Anxious Mind, Daily Devotions to Manage Stress and Build Resilience by Carrie Mars. I bought it a while ago. Like it was, I don't know if it was after my mom had passed or right before things got hairy. I'm not sure. Hey, Forest, Permaculture Howie. Oh, you snuck in. Gear's here. Yeah, it's more collab. I like that word too. It's of teaching folks to garden. The challenge of growing the most food for you're going to eat is a bonus. Yes, it definitely lights a fire under your bum to see how much food you can grow in your own space, and encourages you to grow stuff that you haven't really maybe grown before. Hey, little piece of heaven farm, welcome in. Doc P. That's right. New name, same name. Good to see you, Doc P. All right, so here's the reading for today, which I really liked once I started to read it. I might not read the whole thing because it's not too wordy, but I don't want to. I didn't get down to the very bottom before I'm reading it to you, so I don't want to like read something I haven't really read myself to a crowd. It says, use that imagination for good. With God, all things are possible. They always put a little Bible verse at the top. That's Matthew 19:26. I've heard that worry is the negative use of imagination and is like praying for what you don't want. It's basically using your time and energy to envision a worst case future. Why would we do this? Well, our brains have bent toward negativity, but if we're self aware and intentional, we can absolutely change our focus. What we focus on informs our imagination and view of the future. What would happen if the following things took up more of your thought life? A list of dreams and hopes, big and little, for the rest of your life. A vision board of what you want to be in your future or what you want to grow for us gardeners, what you want to grow and what you want your garden to look like. Miracles that happen in scripture. I know me and a friend, we relate to Joseph of the coat of many colors, and our lives have had mirror situations with Joseph. And then the actions or mantras of people who inspire you. Just imagine all the bright possibilities. He has a beautiful future for you. What if you let yourself spend more time imagining how awesome it is? What if every day you decide to hold a vision for that beautiful future? And then it gives like always like a little tiny prayer, and it says, God, make me brave enough to dream up wonderful new things for my future with you. So I thought that was pretty good, especially right now with all the doom and gloom that we keep hearing and just even personal stuff I've been going through. It was really an encouragement to me. Like, yeah, I got to get on that. I've been wanting to make a vision board, I don't know, for a few years, and I just have not done it. I just haven't because I don't have time, is usually my answer. But that would be kind of like a fun thing to do. Get together with like girls and even guys who want to do it and do that as like a live one night, like an open panel where we put together our little positive vision boards. I figured you'd like it, Cashew. Cashew is like my cheerleader behind the scenes, along with like Janice and Passamaquoddy. I am just so blessed. And then, I've got male cheerleaders too, but, they're always a little, Bud Lightish. So I can't really say that. I guess male encouragers would be a better word. Sean, what's up, dude? It's good to see you. Good to see you. So tonight I was going to talk to you guys about I'm going to the sale, and I haven't been in years. I last time I went was right before my dad's we went up for my dad's memorial. And I think no, it was okay, wait, it was long before. It was February. So it was before my dad's memorial, but it was also before my mom's stroke. She had her final like big stroke in Easter, and it was February that year that I went to the sale. So no wonder like I didn't get to go back. It was like things from that point in that year moved like record speed. I mean, looking back, it did. When you're in it, it seems really slow. It was mom had her stroke in April, dad's memorial, me talking to my uncle. I was there about what was going to happen for mom because I didn't want her left in a nursing home up there because I was afraid my family who was living with her at the time might desert her and do that to her. And then by October, she was here. My uncle called me and we arranged it. And by October, that same year, she was here. But anyway, it is an extension service near me. They only give away like one. I hear you, like some of you people like, oh, I can go to my extension service and get free plants. We can get one. It's usually a native, and it's a native plant, but it's also usually not necessarily edible. It's just to increase the native species in your area that you're growing, which is great. I actually wanted to get it's a cocoa plum because it does put off a small plum. They're not anything to write home about, but they're like a little bit of sugar if you need it, like survival wise. And it's a beautiful hedge plant too. This is kind of what the cocoa plum looks like. And I took the class and my life got so busy that I never got to go pick up my free cocoa plum. So this year I might sit down and, listen if I can find the same people and see if I can get a cocoa plum. Or, if they offer edibles this year, then I would love to have that. Oh, thank you. Where to begin? Eyesight of Mr. McCoo. Oh, your vision board is blurry. Oh, I could journal it. Put it closer. Cuckoo for cocoa plum. I love it. But also, I just got I collected all these flyers, figuring I'd call people. I never got a chance to. So I've got people's cards that I want to go back and see if they're there. And hopefully it won't be rained out tomorrow. We have a call for rain tomorrow and Sunday. And of course, that's this weekend when the sale is. But yeah, I'm just wondering if you could buy some tropical plants and anything, what it would be. I know for me right now, I'm looking for a dwarf mango. And there's this, I have to look it up, actually, the name. There's an avocado. Hey, Bob. There's an avocado that's absolutely incredible down here. But it's not like a Mexican avocado. It's not buttery. Ours are kind of sweet, but it's a lot of food. If they all ripen on the tree, you've got a lot of food for your family. Let me see if I can look it up. I was going to do that before now, but I just have not had a chance. I'll put the link out in just a second, guys. Oh, I forgot to do something actually before I do that. Florida. But definitely would love a nom. I think it's nom doc mai is how you say it. It's a smaller mango, real sweet, and it would be great for freezing. Like I love to freeze slices of mango. If our property held water, I'd have African rhino horn plantains everywhere. I'll have to look that one up. I don't know that one. Is that the plantains like DTG was using in his Insta compost? Food forest permaculture. We Americans don't do Celsius. I don't know why. Why can't we be on the same thing as everybody else? There you go. Yeah, you could build in your low spots. You'd like a Honeycrisp apple tree, even though they won't produce right away. So, oh yeah, that sounds really good. I can't do apples. We have only, I think, the Anna apple, like very few apples that produce down here because we don't have the chill hours. Oh, they're really huge and hard to get. Gosh, I'll have to African rhino horn. That's what I forgot was my write it down notebook. Whoop. Oopsie. Maybe I can write it down a piece. Yeah, I got a piece of paper. I don't know if you guys are queen. Well, not queen, but I don't know if you guys are good at writing down notes in a notebook and keeping them somewhere handy. I'm good at writing things down in notebooks or pieces of paper and then losing them forever and finding them 5 years later. So hopefully I can keep this one. Is it for like, is it an edible in some way? I've never heard of it. It's my parents' place. So, oh yeah, you're limited on how you can change it. Well, what about, it's just they get really huge, so you probably can't pot it up. African rhino horn. I'm going to look that up. I was just thinking of things you might want to see if I do actually get to go tomorrow, weather permitting, what you might want me to video so you can see it next to my little 5'2" self to get a better idea of maybe what that plant looks like that you've seen maybe on YouTube too. Southern food. I love what we call real avocados. Yeah. We have so many avocados down here in Florida, and people don't know it because they aren't the kind for, like, Mexican guacamole, but they're delicious. They're so good. They can be eaten, either, sweet or salty, just like the Mexican avocados. And we also have a Florida, um, Hass. There's a Florida Hass that has a buttery finish to it too. You got 3 apples? What? Wait a minute. 3 apple seeds to sprout and grow. Oh, yeah. Freaky geek. DTG, David the Good does that. He's always real big about, like, he had his kids on growing apple seeds, I think from when they were really young. Yeah, it has to start with your mindset. Hey, Marshmallow Man. Hey, Louis, good to see you. Yeah, I need to, check something. I gotta drop the link, but I gotta check something too. Hold on one second. I forgot to do a little edit over on my. If you are not a subscriber, go ahead and hit the subscribe now because I am going to change it to subscriber mode, only to keep out unwanted folks like the trolls. Not That's who I'm. The ones that want to come behind the scenes and wreak a little havoc. I'm just trying to keep them out. I don't know, maybe I should make it for hold on, let me change that timing just in case. All right. If you have shared me out to friends, I am sorry, but I had to change that before I dropped the link. Okay. Now how do I go back? There we go. No, that's not it. I am so bad at being technical sometimes. I don't know about you guys. I don't sometimes know why I got on YouTube because, yeah. Hey, Tibor. Good to see you. I thought you might like this new name. Tibor was one of the first people to call me Sunshine, on YouTube, but my grandmother, that was her favorite song. We even sang that at her memorial. We sang "You Are My Sunshine," which is like when you really sing the whole song, it's a little bit morbid, just a little bit. But South Florida Sunshine isn't. Trolls, but maybe the term perhaps. Exactly. I don't want any porn bots or trolls, and sometimes they cross over and become one, like we've seen. Thanks, Tibor. It's perfect. All right, hold on. Let me do that link thing. Oh no, I'm gonna have to unplug my lights for a minute so I can use my mouse. That's the only thing I do not like about my Apple. I'm grateful for it, don't get me wrong, but it just does not have enough area to plug in, like enough plugs. It doesn't even come with USB. This is the MacBook Air. You have to buy a little contraption to plug into your USB-C to get a regular USB plug. It's kind of ridiculous. Okay, let me see. Now my phone's in the way. I'm unlimited space. This is my piles room. This was my mom's room, and now it's her stuff from, a lot of her stuff is here from her storage. We had to get it out of there. What am I pulling down? There we go. Yeah, my brain is a little weird. I don't know if you guys have felt that too, just like more tired and just a lot of brain fog. Barry and I were saying the other night, we both had a day of just full on brain fog. There's the link for anybody who wants to come up on panel. Be respectful, be kind. That's all I ask, and show your face so I know who it is. And my hair is going cucamonga. I took a shower. I took a shower before this, so you're watching my hair dry in real time. Naturally curly hair. I will second an earlier answer. Show us everything when you go out. Okay. Let us see South Florida. I'll try. It's really, they let you in these gates. Keep forgetting. They let you, I like what Apple does. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, cashew is true. Where you go in, it's gated. It's the funniest thing. This place is tucked off of an airport road. So you have the planes flying over your head, and then you're going into this place, extension, and it opens up, and it's this gorgeous area of all different gardens that you can do in South Florida, and also some that they create and maintain that may take a little bit more work. Like they had a frankincense tree there. I was like, "Get out of town. I could have a frankincense." Well, if I can keep a little Mediterranean climate in my backyard, I can. I have trouble with, rosemary because it's difficult in my backyard to do that. Even potted, um, it's just difficult for me to do that. Yeah, water is important. Sun activity, some are more sensitive to it than others. Oh, what did I miss? We have a lot of sun activity here. Oh, hey, Lewis. Hey. Hey,
Hey,
Lewis. So Lewis is part of the challenge too, you guys. So if you check out the hashtag, you'll be able to see his videos too. I haven't gotten to see any of yours
what am
yet,
I a
Lewis.
part of?
Aren't you part of the challenge this year? The gardening homesteading skills?
This is my second year.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You're part of it too, because I announced it earlier before you came in that a lot of people in the chat were, and I was just saying who was, and to check out the hashtag, the gardening homesteading skills, all one word. Hey, Brutal Bob, good to see you. I gotta
Yeah,
have, go ahead.
no, it's okay.
I gotta have Brutal Bob up sometime. He's got incredible stories.
Yeah, he
Incredible.
always does.
Where do you get to see him? That you said he always does. Over on his own channel? Did you catch him live?
Courtney's your channel, uh,
I don't
Gil's
know if
channel.
Brutal
Uh,
Bob's been in courts when I was there. I don't remember him being there before that. But he was up on panel?
yeah,
Brutal! Brutal Bob. You what? You mean Bob or do you mean Brutal Bob?
Bob 942.
No, totally different Bob.
Okay.
That's why I was confused. I'm like, "What?" No.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
starting to get a little confused too. Thinking, are we talking about the same Bob?
I figured when you said he was up on theirs. Yeah, he doesn't have content on his. Yeah. No, he I figured he meant the other Bob as soon as he said about being up on panels. I was like, "What?" I knew you're my brutal Bob. Where did Bob 942 go? He said he was gonna come up. I know, get your Bob straight.
I think he
That's
was
what
on Gil's.
no, he was gonna be over here. He said for me to go live because he missed me. So there's
Yeah,
Storms.
he missed being in your basement.
No, oh, Storms, I hope it works. Are you there?
I don't know.
Look at that.
Well,
Yeah, yeah, there you are. Good, good.
wrong camera. Sorry about that. Hold on.
There you go.
Mm.
Cashew's like, I have less content than Bruno Bob. I get all the content behind the scenes from you guys, and it's awesome between Cashew and Brutal Bob. Brutal Bob is something else.
Hey, Lewis.
Hey, Storms, how's it going?
Good to see you, bud.
Yeah.
Thanks, Homestead.
Right. I think we got the right camera this time. Hey, there we
Yeah.
are. Now everybody's screen just broke because I got on here.
No, that's not true. You're awesome. It wouldn't break because of you at all. So, are you familiar with any of the tropical plants at all that I might see tomorrow? Or you can say what you want for your area too. The
Good.
minimal you berry. You could say what you want maybe for your area instead.
Oh, God, it would be dangerous for me because I wouldn't know when to quit eating them. But, banana tree would be just like, I wouldn't care what species, just as long as it produced bananas. It was
Yeah.
like, but I don't think that, bless you. I think
If
they grow here, but not very well.
yeah, well they do have a cold they have one that can handle the cold, but A lot of them, it'll cause them to die back completely.
Which I don't understand because I think he's in the same climate as as I am, but Lead Farmer 73
His,
has
his die back.
epidemic.
Yeah,
Oh,
his
did
die
it?
back though. He
Oh,
get.
that's a
I don't
shame.
know how he gets them on a cycle, but he gets them on a cycle to where he gets them to produce prior to freezing down. But yeah, I watch lead. He might have gotten though the ones that are cold hardy, and if you got those, they're a little bit more seedy. Their seeds are bigger, but yeah,
Well,
yeah,
we
it's
have seedy
possible.
people on this road. I don't need any more seedy.
Right. Oh, where to begin? You want mangoes and bananas? Who was it? The couple that came in tonight? There is the Oregon couple, I believe. They have that new greenhouse, and they were just doing their vanilla, which I have two, which is hilarious. I have two of them too, like two vanilla orchids, and they were up potting them.
So now I could probably do those here. Um,
Gardening Warrior Q, what channel was that? The couple from Oregon, I think it was, that is growing the pineapples. Hey, Constitutional Carpenter, good to see you. That's growing the tropicals, but in their big greenhouse. And their greenhouse is amazing. It just looks like they took maybe a patio and enclosed the whole thing.
hmm.
Oh no. Oh, Sean, oh no. That stuff is like heavy duty for me. I can't even do 5 milligrams of that stuff. I'd be hungover the whole next day. It's totally understandable, Sean. It's fine. I'm just glad to see you. Oh, it is you, Little Piece of Heaven Farm. You have the Dwarf Cavendish. Okay. Okay. Mine gets about well, it gets about the size of me or larger. It can get up to about, I would say, 7 foot, but so far they are dropping racks of bananas once they get to be about 6.
Did you know that they
It is
sometimes
you. Oh, great. Little Piece of Heaven. I loved that video of you guys repotting the orchids. I need to repot mine. Mine are growing up actually a wall on my patio. I don't know if I've ever seen that movie, Constitutional Carpenter. Adaptation? Did you see that one, Storms? Have you seen it, Lewis?
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay. Oh, you guys are zone 8. I didn't realize. Okay, so you must be near the coast. Like Howie. Howie's got the coastal warmth. I'm near the coast, but I'm considered 10B, almost 11A. How to Garden and I were talking about that with my zip code. So, yeah, I have a lot of figuring to do when I want to plant more northern crops from seed. I tend to kill those. So I am gearing myself more towards tropicals. I just got in, they came in the other day, tapioca plant. I think it's tapioca. No, is it tapioca? It's the Cubans down here love it as a starch. My brain just totally went blank. Like we were talking about what was happening yesterday is starting to happen now. Okay, Bob, sounds good.
I don't call it all timers. I call it pot timers.
What timers? I missed this flat
I don't
pot.
call it all timers. I call it pot timers.
Yeah, pot will do that. Did it to my nephews. That's for sure. I didn't. Mine's like not from pot. I didn't even have any of my pot chocolate. I saved that only for when things are really bad with my fibro. Um,
hello?
what?
Wow.
What was that?
Did you hear it too?
No, I just saw your eyes.
That was a. I was like, is that thunder?
Oh
It's a
no.
jet. Oh my God,
Okay.
it was a jet. I was like, where the hell did
Thank you.
that come from?
Cashew is amazing. Yes, I got 2 cassava plants. Thank you. My brain just totally went blank. Hate that.
What is? I don't know what is causing that, but that brain fog is.
I think it's
I
just some of it is evil rising up. I think they're just opening things they have no business opening. You win the trophy, Cashew. That's right. Oh, Gardening Warrior Q said she heard something pop. Oh no, it lost. Okay, well, if it loses its flower and stems, cut the stem back slightly. You don't have to cut it back all the way. And you might be able to up pot your orchid if you do see the air roots, Tibor. They have dendrobium. If it's a dendrobium, they have that orchid mix to do it like right at Home Depot. It seems smaller. Make sure it's getting enough water. They will shrivel and look smaller if they're dehydrated. So just keep it hydrated. But yeah, it'll suck all it can out of that medium, and then eventually you're going to want to get some orchid food and just freshen up its medium. Oh, another thing, Tibor, what you'll notice is when they clone them, this is another reason if you've never up potted your orchid from the store, you're going to want to. They clone them, and underneath the orchid, that clone material, they don't take off. They just pop that sometimes right in and put the orchid medium around it. And that can sometimes even cause rotting in that area if it's getting like waterlogged in that area. So yeah, it's weird when you pull out an orchid from the store and you up pot it for the first time, you'll find the plug underneath the orchid crown. I'm showing you the size. It is about this size, about that size, and they put the little clone in the top, and then once it grows, it gets water maybe. Yeah, you might need to just repot it. Look too on Amazon. They have like even just plastic colored pots that have the slits to allow it to get air, depending on, the type of orchid you have. And you can look it up here on YouTube. I'm not like, I know about orchids, but I'm not like these orchid channel people. Oh, okay. Walmart has it too if you're in the middle of nowhere. Good to know, Constitutional Carpenter. Thank you. That's good to know. Yeah, I just picked some up. That's why I said Home Depot. But their stuff is expensive. Home Depot marks up. Stuff.
Yeah, I drive right on past to go to Lowe's because I can't.
I've done Lowe's. Lowe's ticks me off because they mark things up, but then give us a 10% discount, and it's like,
Oh, I don't know.
Well, because we have veteran discount for my husband serving.
I don't know. I've always had good
luck with them.
Good luck with Lowe's, but
yeah, well, my local just didn't have any kind of for gardening beds. They didn't have any soil. That was organic.
If I grow an avocado and I start it from its pit,
it won't grow true to that avocado.
Really?
Okay, but you can still try. You can still try and see. You never know what you might get. It's a pit. It's free. Comes with the avocado. Might as well give it a shot. Yeah, right? Oh no, enjoy 10% off our higher prices. So it brings it down to the price next door that you just drove by. Pretty much, cashier. That's right. But I didn't know. I didn't see our orchid mix at Walmart. I have to check, Constitutional Carpenter. Our Walmart also sold out of the Pro Mix. Everybody's buying it now. Annoying. It's the Cocoa Core. And a lot of the people use it who own nurseries down here, but they order the huge bags of it. So they've probably seen some videos on YouTube, and now they're grabbing the Pro Mix. They condense it down. It's the one you add water to.
But I can understand why, because I'm impressed with it. This is the first time I've ever had to deal with it.
What, you've used the Pro Mix?
No, it's they have coconut core mixed in with the burpee plant starter.
Yep.
And this is the first time I've ever dealt with it.
It's nice, right? Makes it nice and light.
Yeah.
Retains moisture.
When you add the water to it, those little tablets that they give you just went poof like that. Not all of them.
Yeah.
Some of them I had to mess with. I don't know, maybe duds. But
yeah, cute. I saw those. The prices were better at Walmart. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Louis.
I use the dirt rake for my garden. I got 5-gallon pails, I'll
Mm-hmm.
fill like a whole bunch of them, leave them outside, but I'll have some dirt, like bring it in and let it thaw out, get to room temperature at least, and then I'll start using the outside dirt. I won't buy that pro mix and whatever else you buy at the store.
Oh. Yeah, well, the Pro Mix is great. It's because all it is this organic coconut coir, which is a renewable resource.
Oh
And
yeah,
you
I
can
like
then you can mix it in with worm castings and you can use it in your beds too. So you can
yeah.
use it to start seed, and that's why so many people are like buying it
And it's
to
so
do.
light.
Yeah, it's so light. It's
You
so
know,
nice.
the seedlings don't have to work as hard to get up to the surface that I noticed.
Yeah.
And
Oh, is that the trains?
I just talking to his wife home on the radio.
Oh,
Make sure
cute.
she gets home safe.
Yeah.
I know that
That's
guy. He just doesn't know that I know him.
oh yeah.
We used to talk on the CB, and he went over to this other radio, and he doesn't know I know him. But
Oh, weird.
wait for it to kind of click. Eventually, he's going to realize who I am. So it's not a bad thing. It's just that he's up there in years. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's I don't even need to be up there in years and I forget people. I feel terrible because I had this lady who was at my high school reunion. Sorry, I'm just looking through real quick. She was at my high school reunion and she looked exactly the same. And when I found her picture later, I was like, "Oh, you look so
oh,
different." I was so embarrassed because I couldn't remember her name. I still can't right now, just sitting here. I just didn't have her in that many classes. She's sweet. I remember her being sweet. Can't remember her name. I was like, "Oh, you look so different." I guess, I'm sorry. And then I saw her picture and I was like, "Oh my gosh, she looks exactly the same as she did in high school."
yeah.
I,
My vocational class was trying to contact me because
I know.
they wanted to do a reunion, and I was just like,
Yeah, ours is up for another like half. Like they want to do well, I won't say the year, but they
I
want to
feel
do
bad. I blew
yeah.
them off. I felt bad about it, but I was just like, I can't. They wanted to do up in Cincinnati, and I was just like,
Nice garden barbecue. You got well-aged compost. I need to get a bigger, excuse me, I got like one of my own hairs coming into my mouth. Gross. I need to get a bigger container for my compost. I just need to figure out something different. I want to keep the rats out of it. And yeah, because that's gross. And I don't like the one that is a rotational. You rotate it, it's like on its side.
mm-hmm.
That once you do get a lot in it, it becomes hard to rotate. Plus, it's not a lot. You're not putting a lot of compost in there, so you're only going to get like minimal once it all breaks down. Stephanie, what's up? Hi, Stephanie Joe Roundtree. It's so good to see you. It's good to see you too, Idaho Garden Girl. I didn't get out your whole name before. Idaho Garden Girl is also in the challenge. Um, so yeah, check out that hashtag if you can, if you just want to
Got all
see
the
what.
awesome people in here
Yeah,
tonight.
it's nice to see a good group of people. It's awesome. All right, look with garlic. Yeah, garlic I can't really do because I don't have the cooler weather. They say soft neck is supposed to be okay down here, Passamaquoddy.
Yeah, up in here in Canada, um,
Yeah, constitutional,
I
true.
buy garlic in the fall, like late October, early November. Then I cover it with a whole bunch of leaves, and then I uncover them in the spring, like this time of the year. They're already uncovered, and they should take. And around August is when I want to pull
Okay. Okay. What zone are you again, Lois? I forgot.
them. I don't know.
What? Oh, because
I
you're
don't.
in Canada? Does
Yeah,
Canada not have zones?
yeah, they do. I just don't know.
You never Googled your zone?
No. Thanks for the idea. I'm gonna Google my zone now.
Google
what-
your zone, dude. What's up? You're kidding me. That's
What
such a trip.
province are you in?
That's a trip.
Ontario.
Ontario? Okay. Just a second.
Don't take my laughter. It's because Lewis is a really good gardener. I don't know. Maybe knowing your zone might limit you, Lewis. So I'm not sure.
Well,
Okay.
hey, if I can grow ginger and turmeric up here,
But you start that inside, right? And don't move it out till it's warm outside.
oh yeah, no, ginger has to come in, right? Like
Yeah,
I've
yeah. It needs my warm weather down here because
got
yeah.
spoken to already. Ginger that's in a bit of a cycle of a month or two, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got more ginger cut up, ready and soaking in a dish to plant more ginger. But I'll have to bring, because it's 10 months to grow.
Oh,
Yeah. Do you know?
I'll have to bring it back in.
Get out, zone free, right? How anarchist. Hey, David the Good, get out of here. Hey, Corn-Fed Life, welcome.
Well, it kind of, wow, you have several zones just like we do. I mean, it's not really much different.
Awesome.
But I did put the link
Thank
to
you. Happy Friday to
what
you
I'm
too.
looking at. It's in chat right now. So
Oh, okay.
Ontario plant hardiness zone
Oh,
map.
there you go. He got it for you, Lewis. It's in the
All right,
it's in the chat. Hey, DTG, I am going to Mount's sale hopefully tomorrow or the next day. We are slated for rain here, so they are so overrated and stuff. Considering I've been 10B and now finding out that I'm more like an 11A. No wonder why I've been frying everything that's northern. I'll get it down one day, maybe. But until then, I'm putting in tropicals like David the Good suggests. This is the older one in his Florida Survival
All the
Gardening.
exotic stuff. I'm dilly.
And this is when I'm talking about compost. I learned to just kind of throw it on the ground or dig it and put it underneath what I'm planting.
I'm
Also,
dilly.
I got this one, but Glenn from How to Garden is putting it into practice first. I'm going to watch him. And that was recommended by DTG too. If you guys don't, yeah, if you guys don't know David the Good's channel, I feel kind of sorry for you. He's like old school, awesome, been gardening since he was a kid, even nursery growing type of gardening. So you should check out David the Good's channel, which I feel ridiculous. My little channel going, yes, check out David the Good.
Oh, I don't know. You have more subs than I do. You're closer to 1,000.
Yeah, well, I haven't been working on my channel though. I was, devoted to something else for
We're
years.
gonna get you up there.
Yeah,
Don't you worry. I shared you out earlier.
It's about quality, not quantity. But quantity is nice if you want to, get a little extra money to put towards your plants.
I'm not even worried about being monetized. I think I'm gonna, I'll coast, drag my feet, and just have fun with it.
Yeah, I'm getting closer, DTG. Yeah, I'm getting to that 1,000. I don't know if I'll get to the 4,000 watch hours. I got to put out more content. That's the hardest part, is just finding time to actually do content. Little Malachi going Cucamonga all the time makes it a little bit difficult.
Thank you, Stephanie. That's a really old picture.
Oh yeah, the grocery store gardening. That's awesome. Yeah, he has a lot of books if you check him out. DTG, where do you want people going really for your books? Do you want them going to Amazon, or what's better for you? Because I'd rather they went there. Here, you know what? I'm only doing this and not to put you as one, but so you can drop any link you want to, DTG. But that, I wasn't sure what's the best. Hey, Lark's Homesteadish, good to see you. Yeah, right? Good job, Q. Reading your nonfiction. Your daughter reading nonfiction and reading something that will actually help her with your gardening, hopefully.
Well, it's pretty cool.
She went fangirl, Q. That's hilarious.
That's what, of course, that's
Hey, old man.
another
Hi, honey.
that's another great thing that comes with gardening is you leave a legacy behind for your kids that they see
Yeah.
mom and dad or whatever growing things, and it's like, hey, I might want to do that too.
My dad actually left that for me. And I was able to find this like way old notebook. And when he moved down here, he had such a hard time, he quit. I was just saying yesterday, I wish my dad had a David the Good because he wouldn't have quit. If he knew, like, okay, this is a totally different area you're in now. You need to focus on tropicals. You need to focus on subtropical plants. And then, work on the old ones you used to grow in Virginia and things like that.
Aside from all the encouragement from you guys, I also stopped and looked back at my mom's garden,
Yeah.
and it just kind of gave me that little extra kick in the butt that I needed to get up and just do it, and that's why I went ahead and joined the challenge because it's just something that I need something to do around here.
Oh, the Florida gardening. Okay. I think I saw that
Store.
one in the library.
In the grocery mall today, and I had this old fart come up to me. I was getting ginger, and we were talking about it, and we were talking about how the world, or a lot of the world's going to have to go back to gardening and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Did you give them any pointers or did you say anything about that's what you've been doing or they were doing the same? I've met gardeners while I've been out.
Not really, but he looked like he's been around the block a couple of times.
Been around the block.
Like gray hair.
Oh, okay. He was just a mature person and maybe had gardened before or like been around the block. He's homeless.
Yeah.
Like rough around the edges, been around the block. Like
no.
Oh, okay.
Like he's grown a garden. Like he's lived through like a depression or high inflation or something like that.
Yeah, well, we all been through that.
Real hard and put up with it.
It's hard to kind of avoid that. But yeah, I actually had, it was like a God meeting with another gardener. The man looked just like Lead Farmer. And I like did a double take. I'm like, I'm sorry. I said, I'm not staring at you. You look like a YouTube gardener named Lead Farmer 73. And we started talking about the plant he was getting. Then somehow it led to talking about the Lord. And he just gave me this whole encouragement about looking forward and it's our walk with the Lord and, about how, yeah, other people will walk beside you, but sometimes they're there and they're not there. And it boils down to you and God. And that's true. Because when I'm sick, like if I've ever been really, really ill, it's just me and God in that moment. Like my husband's taking care of the babies and stuff. What's up? Sorry.
Don't ever discount running into Lead Farmer in Florida because he has come down there.
Yeah, they have a place down here. I don't know if they still have it now that they have the land.
He actually when he was restocking a lot of his hives and he was putting up new beehives, he actually drove all the way down south to get some.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I would love that. Would be wild. Just like running into David the Good would be wild. Like just would be wild. And I can't really go to these like gatherings unless they end up really close. Yeah, Passamaquoddy lived in Ocala. David the Good's been all kind of over the place. You even lived in Tennessee at one time, DTG. Oh, DTG. Well, the cold hardy banana, is that an edible one? That Storms lives in Kentucky, and he was wondering if there's a banana at all for his zone. And I said, I knew that there was a cold hardy one, but I thought it was seedy and it wasn't, like the typical banana. If you're still here. I'm just grateful that you came in and passed through, along with Sean Meckham was in here too. And I know him from DTG. No way. How cool is that? Were you guys near each other in Ocala, Passamaquoddy? That's wild. Such a small world. Constitution, I saw you about taking your composting way too seriously. That's why I didn't do it for a while until I got that book. And just listening to the lives that DTG did on it, because honestly, word for word, reading this book is pretty simple. But for me, with my dyslexia, I read paragraphs over and over again sometimes because my brain just, between the tracking and the filing, it struggles. But it is such an excellent book, and it makes it so much easier. The chopping drop too is a game changer. The only thing down here is rats and mice rats and snakes like it too, with certain things like my banana. Like I showed my friends that we had a nice black racer in my dead banana leaves below my banana. And then I had a big iguana in my moringa today.
You should see the field mice up here.
I've heard. No, thank you. No.
No,
I would have barn cats if I lived up north, I think.
Yeah, they get pretty big.
You've come close, old ways? Okay. So are they freezing back right before you get to harvest a rack? Okay, if I were in Kentucky, I wouldn't bother with bananas, but I would grow lots of apples, pears. Oh, that's right. You can grow pawpaws, Storms. Pawpaws, strawberries, and gooseberries.
Yeah, I've seen pawpaw trees here. Yeah.
You got to get a sapling. Get one.
I've seen them here, and plenty of friends have them.
Maybe
And
you can
I'm wondering if she's still there. If she's still at her late husband's place, I might be able to get something from her. I don't know.
Constitutional carpenter, you can bury the food scraps right under if you have a raised bed or a mound for melons. That's what I want to do. I want to try just doing that. Plus, I'm a little bit afraid of the stuff that I have in my 5-gallon bucket that is the David's Fetid swamp water that I forgot about. It's already skanky, nasty, smelly, just fresh, and then leave it just rotting there. I don't no. Oh, they do freeze before finishing. Okay, old ways. That's what happens to Lead Farmer sometimes, and he's only, I think he was South Carolina. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was South Carolina.
In the green,
I would leave it in the greenhouse all the time, Passamaquoddy, if you had a greenhouse.
You know he's from my neck of the woods, don't you?
Who?
Lead Farmer's from Northern
I didn't know
Ohio.
that. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would love
that. Oh. Hey, DTG said Nanking cherries he grew, and he said they were wonderful for especially like making cherry pies. It's a great pie cherry. I've heard of the Nanking cherry. Nanking, I can't even get that word out of my mouth right. Nanking, there we go. Stringfield Ridge did a video on collecting them. It's like a bush cherry more than a tree, I think. Isn't it? I think so. I might have to look it up while we're on here.
I mean, my property's got all kinds of this year it seems like I'm finding stuff that I would never thought I would see on this property or anywhere else in Kentucky. And finding the sarsaparilla last year was just like the start of it. It seemed like.
I totally brain farted. Yeah, it's a thing. They're talking about the banana still. You really got them talking the side chat about the banana. That one channel who came through that they were in Oregon in Zone 8. They have the banana, the Cavendish, dwarf Cavendish in their greenhouse, and I assume they leave it in there. And then they had the 2 pineapples that they grew from the tops which mine got sprayed by something. Mine ended up dying, my pineapple top. It looked like they sprayed it with that nasty stuff that's now under a class action lawsuit. But what's funny about that nasty stuff is it has less of a shelf life than the stuff we're seeing that's getting in the manure of animals.
Tennessee Bushcrafter, good evening to you, sir.
And good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
You be honest with you, Constitution Carpenter. Growing tobacco is on a decline here in Kentucky.
But
Or
personally, he would grow it probably for
you
preps.
can grow it for personal use,
Mhm.
or just for the heck of it. Honestly, uh, oh, hemp is actually taking over, and
Oh,
not a lot of
really?
hemp farms, but it's slowly taking on. There's one about 6 miles from me.
Yeah, I was gonna say David the Good grows tobacco and he just popped in and said he's got 50 plants right now in his backyard. Didn't you down in Ecuador like just dry them right in your car, DTG, at one time? I think I remember a video of you or a live where you showed us. I think it was the video where you like just dried it. It was so hot you could dry it in your car. It was down in Ecuador. I bet if you planted
Well,
banana trees in
if you were going to use it, at least you know what was in it, because you don't know what's in, store-bought
Hmm.
stuff.
But does it stay hot and humid, Tibor, or do they ever get if they get cold, they'll die back? That's the only thing. And they need a long time to go through their spike cycle. I knew it. I remember that. Yeah, during the lockdown, he dried them on the dashboard and smoked them in a homemade bamboo pipes. That's right. There wasn't much else to do. Oh, there they are. Little Piece of Heaven Farm does it. Okay, so they said they leave theirs in the greenhouse out, and they're out in zone 8. So with their
Mhm.
banana, their dwarf Cavendish. They
Yeah.
also have one now that wasn't, um, I don't think it's that old of a banana. It's called the Truly Tiny. And a local person who's actually, she's also on YouTube, something Tropicals is her channel. She has a mango grove down here, which I still want to go to. All these places now, I hopefully will be able to get out to. But she somehow made this banana. I don't know how you make a banana, but she designed she designed it's a designer banana. But it's called the Truly Tiny, and it is truly tiny. You could probably grow it inside your house as your greenhouse, as long as your house doesn't get really drafty.
Oh, well, that,
No,
well,
Garrett, wasn't Black's Tropical, but they probably got one from her because 'cause they've come to my local. They got to. This is what stinks. My life has been so crazy that Black's Tropical from Savannah came down here and went to my local people before I got to go and meet them. I'm like, "Really?" I was seeing, like, places I wanted to go to, like Jack's, Beanstalk, and, yeah, they were there. I was like, "You gotta be kidding me."
they used to put Cavendish in with tobacco, the peel.
Oh, the
Um,
peels, yeah, I
I
use
think that
the
was, like a filler.
oh, interesting. I've seen people
You pay the
blend them.
same.
I've seen people blend the peels of bananas and use it as a fertilizer and even, ferment it, but they don't let it go too long, and then they use it like a fertilizer. Let's see, David Good says, "For tobacco, it tastes way better if you hang it up to cure for some months first. It's harsh and grassy if you dry it on the dashboard." You want the chlorophyll out of it, so slow drying is better. Okay, that's why they used to have the barns with all the slats in them, the old tobacco barns to dry it real slow.
No, they had a
Okay.
lot of.
Well, I couldn't think of the word cultivar. Truly Tiny is a cultivar. Yeah, and they are very short. So don't you think he could have it maybe in a big pot at home? The only problem with all bananas is they throw off pups and they have the corm, which is a huge, it's like a root. It's huge. You should have seen what we cut through because it was starting to come up through our pavers.
Wow.
Oh, Old Waste Gardening said, "Look, your roses will love if you have roses, they'll love the banana peels too." Cool.
That, that's something. I've got wild roses, but I can't get any of them to produce flowers. I don't
Cavendish is
know what's
still
wrong with
used in pipe tobacco. What? How do they use it, TN? Like the banana?
the peel.
The peel. Okay. So just like for the flavor maybe of the tobacco? Does it
I'm
give a
not
good
sure.
flavor?
I've had it
Hmm.
before. I didn't care for it.
Hmm. Where to
Like,
begin? We
only
own
reason I bought
tobacco.
it, it was cheaper. I can see why now.
Where to begin? I didn't know you had one of those. Where to begin actually has a tobacco drying barn.
You want to know
Wow.
menthol cigarettes?
What?
You want to know how they make menthol cigarettes?
Go ahead. Tell us, Louis.
They sprinkle a little bit of mint in there.
That makes
The mint
sense.
plant.
Do you know which one? Is it
No,
mountain mint, peppermint, spearmint?
I don't know.
I don't think it's wintergreen because that's like aspirin. Do you know with wintergreen, the essential oil is extremely potent, and if a child gets a hold of it, it can kill them?
Wow. No, I
Yeah,
did not know that.
yeah. So if you have essential oil of wintergreen, you want to put it high up. Usually it'll have a locking cap. If it's true wintergreen oil, it will have a safety cap on it. But yeah. Oh, that smells so good. David Good said he put ground cloves in his tobacco. That I love the smell of when that was big in the 80s. Like the Europeans, I guess, brought over their clove cigarettes and tobacco stores started selling them, and people like it when they would smoke them. I'm like, I actually don't mind that. Compared to cigarettes, the clove cigarettes smell like potpourri. It's like, oh, somebody's smoking potpourri.
Cherry pipe tobacco smells good if it's not. Um, no, it's not overly powerful. It smells pretty good.
Oh, cool. Gardening Mariku says she just got a beautiful rose today. Nice, cute. I was looking at the roses. I actually have that on my phone at Home Depot. Oh my goodness, they were so pretty, but the fungus among us down here, and especially in my yard because of the vinyl um, fencing, the airflow isn't as good. I noticed that I might have lost my Howie lychee with all this rain. I'm going to see if it does. I think it might have fire blight, but I think it's like in the main part of the tree, and I'm not going to be able to rescue it.
There was
And that
a
happened with my mango too before fire blight got it. I saw a video. Passamaquoddy sent it to me of somebody cutting off fire blight off their pear tree and showing how he did it. So at least now I know.
yeah, years ago.
That's cool,
Uh,
constitutional carpenter. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh, it's okay. I think the 40s and 50s there was a popular cigarette brand out that had cloves in it, and then they found out that it was making it even more dangerous for you to smoke. So,
Oh, like your lung. It was more dangerous for your lungs.
mhm.
I don't know if I'll be able to. I My phone didn't transfer the picture, but my friends like Storms here saw it already. Today I went outside to check the weather, and I don't know if it's gonna hold while I turn the phone, but yeah, there's big old 3-foot iguana, at least
Oh,
a 3 to 4 foot iguana in my moringa tree up in the canopy. He's way high up. And when he
wow.
saw me, he went higher, but this is hilarious because he's just in there and the wind's blowing. Wait a minute, let me see if I can. The wind's blowing like crazy, and he's just trying to stay there. It's like, I'm not going anywhere. No. I He finally got down, I guess, when I went in the house. My fear was I go in the house because if he somehow falls down and and he pops right back up, they can run really fast. I don't know if any of you have ever seen these large iguanas run, but it's like, oh, I
Yeah,
never want.
I didn't think that their little legs could do that, but I've seen too many videos, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I don't want to mess with that.
Clove cigarettes are bad for your lungs, but New Order is good for your soul. Was that one of the bands back then? New Order?
Oh yeah.
I don't see. My memory's so bad. Oh, Little Piece of Heaven Farm, thank you so much for coming in. I look forward to seeing more of your videos and you growing tropicals. You didn't mention before you leave, was there any tropicals like you're interested in to acquire still, since you're got a great greenhouse now for them? If you didn't already leave. You can also always leave it under one of my videos. I'll try to maybe price it out for you here and see, what the
Could
prices are like.
they could always comment after the live down
Yeah,
in the bottom on the
yeah,
replay.
they could put it underneath the replay. Yeah, because I don't know what I'm hopefully going to see. Oh, good night, David the Good. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate the blessing. God bless you and your family too. Yeah, please check out David the Good. He is a writer, and his writing helps support his family, and his family is a wonderful family. 10 children, him and his wife, childhood sweethearts. Rachel. Really enjoy their channel. Really enjoy just them as people too. Little bits I've seen throughout the years, and they're quirky and fun. And he writes music. He has a music channel too. Him and his kids play music together. Thanks, Homestead Aquarius. Yeah, right, Gear. Made my weekend. Hey, I showed up for a lot of his lives, and I think it should go that way with creators. It would be great. But poor David the Good is like, what, up? Like 200, 300,000? That would be really hard to show up at all those lives. Yeah, Old Ways, they just had their 10th. But they're like kids themselves. And they really try to take good care of themselves to be there for their children. And they have older children too to help with the younger, which is nice. Oh, Bada Bing's here.
Bob.
Bob, what's up,
Hey
Bob?
guys.
How are you?
Hey.
We were talking about you.
Yeah, he had the wrong Bob. I was talking about another Bob, and he
Mm.
thought you. And he's like, "Yeah, I've seen him over on Quartz, and I've seen him on Gills." And I'm like, "What? You've seen what?"
Now
And
it's a
then I
party.
realized, oh,
Yeah.
you're talking about Bob 942, not
Mm.
Brutal Bob. I was talking
Yeah.
about Brutal Bob.
Seattle Bob.
Brutal Bob
Yeah.
is former, Seattle Bob.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little delay with your hookup. I don't know.
Really?
Talk again, Bob.
Hello.
Say-
Test.
There.
1, 2.
Okay, you're fine.
All right. Good.
You're good. You're good. Yeah. It was just like you said something, but your mouth didn't move. It was really weird.
Mm.
It was one of those Chinese movies.
Yeah, it was a Chinese moment. It's doing it.
I'm Chinese CGI
So
here, guys. Yeah.
Yikes.
Look
Yikes.
like the
Oh my
president.
God, Bob, AI now.
Yeah,
No
look
AI,
like the president.
What have you been doing, Bob? Since we talked last, an hour ago?
Oh, just talking with someone on Skype. One of my regulars saying hi, and just went outside, turned on the outside lights, and that's about it. The dishes are finished running, and just waiting for my
Nice.
wife to get home with some dinner.
You said one of your usuals, and I was thinking one of the scammers, but
who knows
yeah,
how
when
this
you
is
did
gonna?
that.
Yeah, who knows how this is gonna turn out? Because these are international people, so.
Hey, shiny knife.
I should say women. I don't deal with guys. Sorry, just don't.
Yeah.
That's questionable. I mean, it's easy to pretend you're a woman behind the.
Bingo. That's why if I don't see a webcam within the first conversation or two, bye. Yeah. Pictures are fine, but bye.
Yeah, get them to talk on camera.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you could do a Google search and get some pictures of beautiful women and say, yeah, that's me. It's totally me. And it's some burly guy with hair on his back behind
yeah.
Catfish changed a lot for everybody on the internet. That show was like
I had one 2 days ago. I said, can I see a picture?
Yeah.
And sent me some long blonde haired woman bend over with her cleavage showing, and I went, catfish strike one.
Right.
You only get 3 strikes, catfish. Wow. Never heard from again. Yeah,
Good for you. Good for
yeah. I ain't falling for it, man.
you. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yeah, if you don't, well, most of our side panel knows you, Bob, but if you
Yeah.
haven't checked out Bob's channel, I have a video to watch. I've heard he's been gardening, and I need to go over and check that out. But Bob 942 also does a lot of projects in his garage and is a survivalist, a real one, not one just with his mouth service. He actually does things, and you can see them on his channel if you haven't checked him out yet.
Thanks, Carol. Yeah, that's true. I don't just read a book and then start spouting off a bunch of nonsense. I just, okay, you want to learn how to build one of these? It's only cost me $3 made out of junk.
Yeah.
We can do this.
What is it? Is it a MIG welder that is it the all-in-one that I see sometimes at Harbor Freight? Is that the MIG? Like what's an easy welder for a beginner to start with? Is it the MIG?
Yeah, the MIG is called a wire feed welder. It has a big spool of wire, and those are really easy to use. But when you first start learning welding, it's like anything else. You got to practice a lot, to get with the settings on the machine, which they're pretty simple, and then practice on your methods of moving the puddle around and things like that. So
yeah, well, I've done a little bit of with my dad. He did stained glass, so like that kind of puddle moving around with and the fluxing of that.
Yeah,
but
that's
lead.
great.
It's like a lead based thing. That's why I don't do it. I don't mess with that anymore. I do mosaics with the glass. I even have some of Dad's glass left, so I still can do projects. Yeah, it is cool. Yeah, right. Stephanie Joe's in here tonight. It's good to see her. She goes, she loves your channel. She's the one who said he just did a little gardening, so I was like, yeah, I gotta plug that. Oh, T-Port, is it an arc? What's the arc welder? Is that the butylene, the one that has the gas?
Arc welder is generally it's a stick. It's a stick, and you strike it, and the stick burns down into the weld. That's where I started off with, and then I started with cheap Chinese equipment and started moving up until I got this Miller.
So Harbor Freight level. Okay.
Yep. That's what I started, and I went, hey, I can do this. And arc welding is harder because it takes a lot of control on your hand, and because you got to feed the wire, you got to feed it. Yeah, you got to feed this electrode into the weld and move it at the same time. It's like you feed it in. You know what I mean? So
Janice and her husband weld. They were doing a little welding. She had a picture. She sent us a picture of her and the helmet, and it was so cute. I told her, I'm like, she should make a short out of that because it's like so cute of her in it.
True, Tibor. Very true. Very true. Arc welding. If you can't get the hang of arc welding, or you just don't like it, then you didn't spend a lot of money. Because that
I'll have
MIG
to look
over
it
there,
up and see
MIG,
what.
I got a Chinese MIG after that.
Yeah.
And then we saved up, and I got an American-made MIG welder after that. Man, the difference.
Huge.
Nothing like the old American-made.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, TN, I've heard about those plasma cutters. I'd be afraid of having one around my house. Like with my son, I'd be so concerned.
I have one. Yeah, I haven't used it in a long time, but yeah,
Oh wow,
those are fun. Those are fun, man. Once you get it down to learn how to use it, I remember I cut out weird shapes and everything in a matter of seconds in sheet steel. But I did light my pant leg on fire once from a plasma cutter.
Shop stories.
I remember doing that.
Cool. It goes with the territory. Shop stories.
I had
cool.
I was doing and I had a flannel jacket on,
Oh, I didn't know that.
and I had a 45-gallon metal barrel, and so I'm grinding it, right? And I had to grind it. And so I started welding.
Mhm.
The stuff on the inside was flammable. So when I started doing some welding on it, the
Oh,
inside caught on fire,
oh,
and I didn't realize it. Then my flannel jacket caught on fire.
oh,
Mhm.
oh, scary. Yeah,
It is.
Cashew just renamed you Hot Pants Bob.
Hey, I tell you what, thank the good Lord for a cup of coffee sitting nearby. Sploosh!
Right.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I can tell you that flannel jacket and those buttons.
Okay, that's a good
Oh,
idea. Tibor said that.
oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Storm.
no, I was just gonna say, I thought I was a badass using a propane torch and a stick of solder on a radiator once, but no, y'all have me beat. I'm gonna sit back here,
Mhm.
be quiet now.
There you go, Stephanie. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Look up the welding tutorials because Bob did say that is
Mhm.
something, it's a skill you'll want to know
Yep.
when crap goes down. Welding,
I learned from a Dutchman, and I'm not all the best. This is just farmer stuff, right? Like,
but it's important to fix your
yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
but that's how I learned.
Yeah. Yeah. My dad was probably self-taught. But he had the two big tanks, like a big gas tank he had.
Oh, oxyacetylene, dear. That's
He did
something
oxy. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's different.
that's what Dad
Mm.
had. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he did. I think it was mostly for plumbing, maybe? Was it for, did they use those for plumbing back in the day for the copper pipes? Maybe?
Yeah.
Something like that. Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Because I didn't see him take it out that often. And when he was giving me most of his stuff from the garage, that
Well, I mean,
left.
back then, that fuel was something, it was expensive back then, and it's even worse now.
It
Yeah.
is now. Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah, I
yeah.
saw the tank leave and I asked, I was like,
Mhm.
wasn't I supposed to get that with your tools? And he's like, no, 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 you don't want that. And even my
Right.
brother's like, no, it's a little dangerous. It's a little volatile. If you don't know what you're doing, you don't really want it. And I'm like, okay, I'm fine with that.
I bought
Hey,
all the
Garrett, what's up?
materials for it, and Dad built an antenna for me out of copper.
Oh,
And
wow.
Oh, okay.
he used the last bit of his fuel to do that. And I tried to buy him more fuel, and he said, "No, don't even worry about it. I'm glad it's empty."
Yeah,
A week
yeah.
later, the tanks had the tops cut off, and he made something out of it. So.
Killer old ways. She says she's looking forward to building a forge once again. That was the one thing that broke my heart. Old ways. My dad had a very old antique anvil that disappeared.
Oh, honey, those are like
Very
cha-ching. That's why it
expensive.
disappeared.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
somebody
nephew
else
made
ripped
it
it.
disappear. Dad
Yep.
said he brought it to restore, but I'm like, I don't think you did. I think David took it. So,
There's
I mean, he tried to love us all the same. He just knew David wasn't on the up and up. So,
there's a channel here in Kentucky where well, I don't know. Wait a minute. I'm not sure he's got a channel just yet. He should have, but I don't know. But I talked to this guy on the CB. Okay, Bob, and talked to him for years, and he was that's he fabricated everything on his property.
yeah,
He hardly ever bought anything unless he just absolutely could not produce it on
yeah,
his own. He's a blacksmith. He's
yeah.
even made his own. He's even made his own shells and the shots. He's got black powder rifles. He made his own shot for them, and
Wow, that's
uh,
very impressive. That's
you
incredible.
know, I would love. I've been wanting to go see him, and because I've never got to meet him. There's a lot of people I talked on a CB too that I never got a chance to meet. Some I have, but he's one I would like to meet in person. It's just like YouTube. You meet a lot of great people on here, and there's the ones you're like, man, I would like to shake their hand. You know,
Mm, yeah,
and he's one of them.
one of them. Yeah, I know TN the anvils aren't that much like now. Like they do have ones that are reasonably priced, but this antique one, when I looked at other ones on like eBay and online, it was not $10 a pound. It was quite expensive. So maybe because of it being antique, I don't know. Just kind of like the old that was my hand, by the way, on the leather. It just sounded like I totally farted over here. Excuse me. Um, the fart noise made my brain fart. Um, like the old cast iron pans, like certain ones just hold more value. That was kind of like his anvil.
Janice, you have a good night if we don't talk to you again tonight.
Oh, is Janice gone? Night, night. Night, Janice. Love you, honey. Thank you. Janice is awesome. It's like every time she's hanging out with us, I learn something new about the lady. And it's usually incredible. Like, oh, we have a tobacco barn. It's, what? You do? How cool. I only see that like on, the show where they go and they take them down for the wood. That's the only time
Uh-huh.
I've ever seen. I've never seen one in person. Just
That's
on
right, Stephanie Joe. You live in Kentucky, don't you?
I think she's in Tennessee. I
Tennessee,
think
well, it's close enough.
because she's met up with Laura before.
Yeah, right. Okay, that's right. Yeah, you had to jog my memory there.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, of course, Janice is something else. I mean, most people here in the South we're not backwards. Well,
Thank you.
I'm not originally from the South, folks. I'm from Cleveland. I'll just let the cat out of the bag, but yeah, people in Kentucky and Tennessee are awesome people.
The
You
one you're
know.
thinking of, Gear, that Laura. Hedgehog's Homestead.
Yeah, we miss her. We miss seeing her
I do,
her
I miss her too.
smile
She's
on
so
her.
busy with the new house.
Hello, Gear. It's good to see you, bud.
Yeah, always
Hey,
joking.
Bob. Welcome back, Bob.
Fine
Oh,
ample
thank you, thank
message
you.
shows no signs of usage. Okay. Why is that, Tibor? Oh, they're passed off. Yeah, my dad's was in really great shape because it was tucked into the garage, and I think he forgot about it for a long time. So, and he didn't do a lot of blacksmith work, you know. He would make things like drill press parts and things like that in his garage, but he didn't take out the anvil. Like, probably we were in that house for 20 plus years, almost 30. Oh, Bob, I don't know if you knew this, but Theron walked in. It was a few weeks ago. It was when I was going to change my channel name and everything. He walks in with the mosaic number off my parents' house. The lady who lives there now,
Oh, cool.
they were redecorating the whole house that I used to live in, that I grew up in down here, and she remembered that I wanted it if she ever did that, and she gave it to the neighbor that was still there and who knew my husband. So yeah, he came walking in with that, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's like
Mhm.
a sign from God. And
Nice.
yeah, it was just beautiful to see it come through the door.
Stephanie Joe, I've been here for 30 years this year.
Yeah, 72. I'm not Southern either. I was born in Poughkeepsie, New York. It really says something different, but on my birth certificate, my parents just always said it was Poughkeepsie.
I
I think they put the town my parents lived in instead. But yeah, I really was
would
born.
have never known that though, Carol, because you just seem like you've always been from Florida.
Pretty much. We moved here when I was 8 years old, so I have
Okay,
been
okay.
grown up primarily here, but
That's something we have in common. We, didn't really, because I moved to Cleveland at 8 years old. Even though I was born in Cleveland, I was I spent a whole lot of time between Pennsylvania and California
mhm.
as a baby up
Yeah.
until I was about 7,
Yeah,
and
you
then
were
about
Pittsburgh
8,
side, right? Pittsburgh side of PA? You
yeah,
weren't
Pittsburgh,
yeah,
yeah.
okay, near that
Actually,
side. Oh,
a
Janet
bio,
Houston, where are you?
a lot of
Where
my
you are?
biological mother's family was in Beaver Falls.
Oh, okay. Passamaquoddy, I know how to do that too. I wish your health was better. She's saying, I know how to mix and pour cement. I know how to lay brick and blocks, build things, and my damn health won't let me do them. Me too. Me too. I actually took that. We had a shop class in school that was construction. It was for construction. So we learned how to do electrical and we learned how to uh, do mortar and brick and lay it and level it out and all that for the CBS homes down here that they build. So yeah, I'm right there with you. I could have done it when I was much younger, built my um, base for the rain catchment, but it's still sitting there.
I could do
'Cause
tile and grout.
I can do that too. I did my shower. I did my whole shower, and I beveled the edges of the tile all around the doorway and all around the windows and an opening. I beveled both sides with my dad's old belt sander,
Right
each
on.
side. And I think that part of the reason I got sick from breathing in some of that dust because I didn't always put my respirator on.
Bob,
Right.
she just increased her awesomeness by about 10% right there.
Yeah, she did.
Thanks.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
A,
my
a hot.
friend showed me how to do it. That thing is heavy though. My dad's belt sander was the
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
stainless steel old
yeah.
school plug-in. I'm like, yeah, I
I have a Black & Decker, and it's like I could throw that around all day long and not even know I was using it.
yeah. I have one of the
So
little mouses. I have that mouse from them in my collection, the one that's
yeah,
pointed that you can get into
this one's got the
corners.
bag on the back of it, like it's
Mhm.
supposed to fill up with the dust and everything, but it
An
doesn't work. It
orbital
blows
sander.
out. No,
Mhm.
this one's a belt.
Oh, it is a
This
belt sander? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
You could hold it in one hand if you wanted to, but honestly, you can't control it with one hand. So I used to.
Yeah, TN, I wouldn't do any electrical or plumbing. I put in faucets in sinks, like brand new sinks and faucets and stuff like that, but I wouldn't do any serious plumbing and electrical. You're right. There's code changes and everything. And in this room in particular, they ponied the stuff up and from the attic down. The guy must have been drunk because sometimes this room, out of all the rooms, this room, the outlets worried me. But we had a contractor, electrical contractor, and he was one from Tennessee come in, and he said, "No, they're all tight connections. It's just, yeah, the electrical in this house to me has always been a little bit of a concern, considering I've seen some of the other work in this house. Like they came home from Liquid Lunch. I mean, came back here to
Yeah.
build this
Uh-huh.
house for
They went to
Liquid.
Hooters for lunch. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, possibly. And then came and
I
did the
have
tile.
I have about three outlets,
Beep.
no, four outlets in the kitchen that I can't use, so they're shut off for the time being.
Hey, the Polaroid message. That's hilarious. Polarin, that's it. Polarin. Fishes and Loaves, you changed your screw tube handle. I've heard it called poo tube. Screw tube is a new one. Yeah, they do want to sometimes screw you up with like all their rules and regulations. Oh, you were born in misery, Gear? I'm sorry. I had my house in Brooksville and I did drywall. Yeah, that's awesome. Passamaquoddy did drywall, laid laminated flooring. That's awesome. By yourself? I'm so impressed. We would have been like BFFs, like if we were there at the same time, you and I doing stuff together like that. The DIY girls. Hey GSG, welcome in. Yeah, I
Constitutional carpenter. I think all the engineers go to Hooters for lunch or supper.
on a few government jobs. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's
Oops. I got in trouble at one of my jobs. I was a server. It was a small little wing restaurant, and like I think like Barry's heard this story. I don't know if Bob has. And there was these big burly guys, and they were just like drinking pitcher upon pitcher of beer for lunch, and they're getting back in their trucks afterwards on
good.
getting on the road. And I think they were on maybe their second or third pitcher, and I was like, are you guys driving after this? And they just looked at me like, excuse me? It's like, well, I just was wondering like when I should cut you off. Little server, I'm like maybe 19, 20. And there's these huge guys. They're like, what the hell? Are you kidding me? I think I had to be 21. So yeah, I was 21 serving. 18, I think it was 18 through 21. They allowed you to serve alcohol back then. Yeah, I didn't work there long. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle seeing people come in at lunch and get wasted and get in their car. And like, I would never make a good server because my empathy for the people on the road, I would say something like I did that day.
Also being a family person too. I mean, you're a mom, so naturally that
Back
part.
then I wasn't, but I wanted to, like, that was always on my mind that I wanted to have children in my future. So yeah. I think that mindset was there even back then. Yeah. I was concerned for families on the road with children. Absolutely. And people, shouldn't have to lose a family member because some jerk is totally wasted and gets behind the wheel and decides to drive.
Yeah, people in high school shouldn't lose friends to drunk driver either.
Oh, you did? Oops, sorry. Yeah. We had when I was a middle school teacher, they overstuffed the car and it was just a driver miscalculation, flipped the whole car, killed him. I think it killed all of them, but one maybe. I don't know if there was a survivor. The middle school was devastated because it was like one kid from each, it seemed like, social group was killed. Like how stuffed the car was. And it ended up being too, some politician's daughter or son was in that car.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So it was horrible. But I remember having these girls that they knew the people in the car, and they were just like, Mrs. Woods, we're having a really hard day. Can we just come and help you around the art room? And I'm like, that's fine. I'm like, yeah, I'll write you a pass. Is that what you want? Yeah, absolutely. You can come and just hang out in here. Like, because grief is just that way. And for kids, I can't imagine when it's one of their own and you're only in middle school.
Yeah, this was high school, and then the next year we lost a friend. He was being picked on too much, and he just hung himself at his parents' garage.
Oh boy, I've known a lot of people to do that. A lot, not hang themselves, but take it. Yeah.
So the guys from Boeing, you mean, or the guys that you serve with, or both, Bob?
Both.
Yeah.
Especially in aviation, there's such high pressure.
Mm-hmm. So stressed out.
The one that did shock me was at Boeing, was a lady. She was in her mid 30s, a nice looking lady. She worked interiors. That means putting in the seats and the stove ends and all that. And we all didn't really know her very well, but we knew of her. And then one day, she did it. And we were just like, are you kidding? She had a family and everything, and just a
permanent solution for a temporary problem.
Yes, it is, and it's just never worth it. I have a second cousin who did that, who shot himself, and
never
on
worth
and
it.
on. No, it's never worth it, man.
It's never worth it. It's really awful when they get to be that point of hopelessness. That's why I open this with like ideas to bring yourself hope rather than kind of that self-inflicted mindset where it's just you create bad things in your life because you're thinking bad things are happening. So it just, for those people, they can't, something just clicks to where they just don't feel like anybody's going to care if they're gone. And there's also some people that this is so screwed up, but in their mindset, and I would even call this demonic, they think they're getting back at somebody by offing themselves. Like, I'll show them, and they off themselves to show them, well, who did you show? You're gone.
You're gone.
You're gone. They're going to move on with life.
I recall in junior high or high school, they showed us an old projector movie about suicide.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that stuck with me for the rest of my life was they showed
I'm sorry,
the
anybody who's being triggered. I just realized that that's a trigger
oh,
subject. I'm so
oh
sorry.
yeah,
But
sorry.
anyway, sorry,
Mhm.
but we're gonna talk about it. I'll just have to put a warning. Go ahead, Bob. So you
But
were watching that.
they really stressed in that movie and with the teacher that yeah, you're going to get back at them, but you're not going to know anything because you're dead. And they showed the coffin going into the ground. You will know nothing. It's
Yeah,
over.
that's right.
So don't do this. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's horrible, man. I've known more than one. Same with murder victims and stuff like that. It's a tough life, but it's sure worth living. Especially when I can go
Mm,
plant some vegetables today and in 70-degree weather, man, life is good, baby.
I'm sorry. Gear had the same thing. Couple of kids from school passed in wrecks. School closed and opened the doors for their funerals.
All
Wow.
right, here, Bob.
What?
Share some of that heat here, Bob.
Oh, I
Oh,
wish I could. Wish I could. It's right now 65 degrees.
oh,
T-
good. I'm glad you're
10
getting better weather.
10:05 p.m. right now, 65 degrees. It was like 76 today. It was like perfect.
Old Way said she loves to paint, that her father was a house painter for a long time. TN did all kinds of construction stuff. I saw that, TN. I hate drywall. Let that just be known. I hate drywall and having to even out
That
the dang seams with the mud and all that. I hate it.
yeah, that's me. I don't like it. I don't.
It's not my talent at all to do that. I can
Uh,
spackle pretty well, but
I
I
don't know.
just don't have
I can
the
put it up
patience.
very well. I just don't
Yeah.
like messing with it because when I get done with it, I cough my brains out, even if I'm
Yes.
wearing a respirator.
Same, same. It's such a fine, fine dust, and I don't like, we had to do
Yeah,
that here and
everywhere for weeks.
everywhere for weeks, exactly. It settles everywhere. It's so hard to get rid of that dust. I mean, even with the shop vac, it clogs up your shop vac if you have the filter, you gotta go and clean the filter out. It's a pain. It's just such a pain. So, yeah, I've done it too. I've done about all that stuff, and that is the one I hated the most was drywall. That I have to say. But I love painting, too, old ways. My dad didn't like it so much. He was more a handyman, and he would hand off the painting to me. So what I would do to him, since he would, like, want me doing the paint, I would hand back the cleanup. He could help me with cleanup then, which I hated that part. But he was great at getting those little purdy brushes clean again. He was so good at that. I could never get him as clean as my dad could. But I used to love to cut in. It was like therapy for me, doing all the cutting in around edges and stuff like that. It was just therapeutic. I'd just go into a zone. Loved it. I miss it. I can't go into that zone that often anymore for painting or drawing. It's just, yeah, elusive now.
It's
Oh, that's good.
48 degrees here.
Huh, I never heard of that, T-bar. If you like the color on painted woodwork, but it looks dull, wipe down with rubbing alcohol. It will look like new paint. It's a flipping trick. I might try that with my, well, is that because it's a latex paint that they've used on the painted woodwork? Tibor? I'm just wondering. Because I know that's how you tell if they've used latex, I believe, is you use an alcohol cotton ball in an inconspicuous place and rub it and look. And if you've got paint on it, I think isn't it latex or is that oil?
Oh,
I like doing multimedia stuff, wood stuff, and wood burned. Oh, cool. Routed.
Right
That
on.
sounds nice, Tian.
Right on.
Oh,
Kitty.
Tian.
Baby kitty.
it just patted me on the leg and started to climb up my pants leg, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'll get
Oh,
you, babe."
he's gonna be
Well,
the keyboard sitter,
you
like his
gotta try
dad.
this eye again. What is going on with your eye?
He got the gunk.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, thank-
Anybody got a suggestion in the side chat for the gunk when kitties have gunk?
Yeah,
Other
yeah,
warm
baby
washcloth.
shampoo. No More
Is
Tears baby shampoo from Johnson & Johnson.
Oh, we used to use that for my grandmother with her itchy eyes. That's so funny.
You wet the Q-tip and then you dip it in. You don't need a whole lot, and then you just run it across their
Oh,
eye
I'm
and loosen the
Oh.
gunk.
that
Mm.
makes sense. Yeah, wow, that
Mhm.
sounds
Okay,
cool.
baby. Okay.
I cut
Like your
tree.
mama. Come here.
It's hilarious. Brutal Bob. Brutal Bob is like, TN, wow, that sounds so cool. Oh my gosh, how can I talk over that? She's like, who's that? Does she know she's to me? Oh, precious. Brutal Bob says, TN, wow, that sounds so cool. I work with wood also. I cut dead trees on my property, then I cut it into firewood, or mill it into lumber. That's
Yeah.
awesome, Brutal.
Oh,
I thought it was
cool.
I thought it was gonna end at the firewood because that I would have just laughed hilarious. It's just hilarious. I cut it into firewood, throw it in the fire.
Oh, I wish I could show them. They're prancing.
Yeah, freedom of speech, even though ScrewTube doesn't. Yeah, exactly. Wow, I'm really behind. I don't know what happened. Heat here and yeah, Passamaquoddy send her some heat so she can get planting. Janet says she's good at Janet Homestead where you are. It says she's good at drywall, but she hates it too. Yeah, I just hate this. I don't mind hanging it with a partner. Just hate doing the scene, like the mud, getting the mud perfect. I don't being a perfectionist. I either get it perfect or I'm like, screw this. I have to walk away. Be like, can you do that for a while? Can you sand that? I can't get it right.
Hey, Gardening Warrior Key, have a good night. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Oh, thank you. I'm not down there yet. Hate drywall, but people like my drywall. They like my roofing too. Doesn't mean I want to do it. Right, Constitutional Carpenter? That's some hard work, especially down here. I'm not sure what state you're from, Constitutional Carpenter, but that's a big turnover area in our state is the roofers because it's so hot here. Yeah, I'm way, way behind. Wow, hold on. Yeah, sanded mud is my issue too, Constitutional Carpenter. I can't stand that. Really? I didn't know that. My oil paint's just fine. Hey, there you are, man. Hey, good to see you. Sorry, you were like way down on my feed. I don't know what
Actually,
happened.
guys, that white one is not all white. She's got black and tan and gray spots on her. You just couldn't see her.
Always says, yes, roofing is easy, but just getting too old to do it now. I don't bounce anymore. I go splat.
Yeah. Well, got no business on
I
purpose.
feel that. I go splat, crack, pop. Oh, cute. I bet you're exhausted, honey. Have a good night's rest if you still can hear me. Yeah, she's got spots. It's so cool, Idaho. If you see mommy and daddy, the little girl looks like mommy and the little boy looks like daddy. So cute.
If
And
you
they're
look close
precious.
enough, it looks like it has a tear above its eye. It's gray. Or
Oh,
not gray,
yeah.
but tan. It's a little tan spot right there.
Yeah, move it. Oh, I see it now. Yeah, yeah. I just saw it for a second. It's hard because the white is hot on her. Like
Yeah, this light is ridiculous in here.
I had to back mine up so it wasn't so much. That's awesome, though. They're so cute. Oh my
But
gosh.
we have one in there that is all black except for a small spot around here is white, and then its whole belly is white. And then its little paws are white.
Yeah.
But I can't get it out because its mom is overprotective.
Yeah. Deeper, our oils seem to do fine on our kitchen cabinets because they painted them before we came. But that's interesting. I didn't know that it never really dries even after years. That a humidity will make it feel sticky. I guess if we turned off our air conditioning, we would sure find out.
Right? Well, that reminds me, I need to take mine apart and see why the fan just seized up the other day.
Hey, Rob, thanks for coming in. Rob Painless and Aiden here. If you guys check out their channels, they're survivalists, I would say too, and also do some prepping and some how do you say that? Like what reviews of certain things that they get for their kits and things like that.
I don't know if I could show it or not, TN. I'll try. I'm on my phone. So.
Rob says they're covered up. Good kittens, good grief, we're covered up with kittens right now. We have 4 mama cats with litters. Yeah, I think you have 2, right? Oh, Barry, you still with us?
I went sideways, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
It's gone all sideways on us.
Yeah, I think. Okay, here we go. TN sent me a picture, and I'm going to try to show it, but I need to put it on my phone first. So I'm going to be a little wonky.
Okay. Tibor, not in my oil on my cabinets, but I'll tell you what my fingernail would go through is actually the other type of paint. Somebody painted a china cabinet that I got for free, and it has latex, and that still has not dried down properly. It has the that feel. It's really weird. I'd like to just peel it. It almost feels like you could peel it. They put such a chunky mess on it. I want to strip it down, but I just don't have the time. Hey, P2E, good to see you. I can actually see you. You've got a picture of yourself now. That's awesome. Let me see. I'm gonna. Piano with cedar also usually make fence posts. Nice. We got a lot of handy people in the chat tonight.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I've ever done this on the phone or not.
What was that? I missed what they were talking about.
So,
oh, there was a male calico cat that was born. She was talking about, and it was found in a shed in Colorado.
Hold on, I'll be right back, y'all.
Because that's okay. The calicos are usually girls, right? That's how you can. If it's a calico, it's usually a girl. I think actually Barry even told me that.
Something like that, yeah. One is really rare. One, I think it's the males are very, very rare.
Yeah. What do you call? I don't know. I don't know if I sent you that video of the iguana in my tree. Here's just a picture of one.
There, Bob?
Huh?
Is your rhubarb growing?
Yeah. Slowly, but it should really take off now because it tried to go to seed, so I cut the seed stalk off. And now the warm weather is here. As long as I pour some water on them once in a while, boom, they'll go.
Yeah, because mine, they're poking up out of the ground now for about a week.
Like right in there. Just swaying in the breeze for those of you who didn't get to see that. That was today.
Wow, Carol.
And he's huge, Bob. I was so afraid he was going to hit the ground and run towards me because of that wind. I've seen him just drop out of trees before. It's not pleasant. Because they just are stunned for a second and then they take off wherever. And then we had this nice, lovely snake. But my daughter did see its face, so it was a black racer that was in the bananas. It was actually over near my beds, which make me believe, yeah, I was starting seeds in one of my beds. Mm-hmm. I think the rats might have come and ate my seeds, which is not a first time thing. So I'm going to have to start covering them or something with the new ones, maybe cover saran wrap and let them germinate first.
I had to, I digging out thatch in the front yard and then replacing it with seed. I had to run a crow out of there this morning. Like, you little communist.
Turd. They're watching you. Crows are so smart. They're watching. Mm-hmm. That's like the stinking squirrels do that. I have a video of a squirrel on the fence when we used to have passion vines on the fence, running under the passion vine, looking down where he had just eaten my little my sunflower starts. Bastard. Excuse my language, but jerk.
Well, the hard part, Carol, though, was the one that was down there eating the grass seed. his wife, girlfriend was on the other side of the street watching and went, oh, now there's two of them who know where all that. See
Whoa,
you
uh-oh.
little commies.
The murder's coming. I love how
Uh,
yeah, they're bad. I've seen one
mhm.
of them take up a duckling and eat it right in front of me on a post. It was the most
I've
disgusting thing ever. It's
I've seen
horrible.
him. I've seen him do that with a nest full of newborn baby birds. Man, that crow flew out of there
Brutal.
with like two or three of them in his mouth, and oh,
Yeah.
you little snake, you know.
Yeah.
But that's nature's way.
It is nature, yeah. Birds can be just horrible to each other. It's a little awful. Yeah. That day I was like, I wish I never saw that. I would, because I couldn't turn the channel because it was real life. So,
Yeah, yeah.
and then also to hear the sound because it wasn't that far from me. It was just like, oh, I didn't need to hear that. Oh, I didn't know that. TN said they run off hawks. Okay. At least, okay. That's a good thing for
That's
people
true.
who have chickens. Okay.
Yep, that's true.
Or even
That's
small
a,
dogs.
that's the thing I've seen about like amphibians, reptiles, and birds.
Mhm.
The victim that they're eating, they don't care how much it screams. It's like, oh, your food. Be still.
Okay, Steph. That won't. But what about my dog, though, Steph? I have a dog. Where do I put the borax and sugar to keep it away from the dog? I don't want my dog harmed. We used to use that actually, though, in the borax. Sorry, this is peppermint oil. It's for my sinuses and my headaches. Come to think of it, I think we used borax in my brother's room because he had a cat, and the cat had gotten fleas, and the fleas were in the freaking rug in his room, in the wall-to-wall carpet. That's it. I couldn't think of the word carpet. What the heck? Not even seen your brain. It's beyond that.
Carpet's
Maybe
so
old.
Carpet's so old.
I know that. Well, we don't. My parents don't have the house anymore. They had carpeted it because they didn't want to spend more money at the time. And then later on, my dad, after my brother passed, we laid a really nice laminate in there. That was like a light gray at the time. It was pretty stylish for the time. Hey, CR, welcome. Good to see you. Thanks, Rob. They help me hear better. This little thing that I'm on doesn't always have the greatest audio. Oh, you guys have the ravens, Tibor? Wow. 2 foot tall. I've seen them, and I've seen a lady who has them on YouTube, like a rescue, and how they can mimic, and then also how they'll make this really weird noise, like snap. They're right? It sounds like they could just snap a nut, no problem. Snap your finger, no problem. But I don't know if it's vocal.
They're so smart, they go after the eyeballs as sheep.
They what?
They go after the eyeballs as sheep.
Ew.
Yeah.
So they can get into the head and eat stuff other than the eyeballs?
I don't know.
We have the turkey vultures, Tibor. They look beautiful in the sky, and then they land and it's like, that's one ugly bird.
They're vicious.
Yeah, but they're necessary. They're cleaners. They clean up the junk.
They are, yeah. Both ravens and crows do the same thing.
Yeah.
Roadkill, all that. They eat all the garbage.
We need that. We need the garbage eaters for sure.
That's it. For many, many years here, Carol, it was illegal to shoot seagulls or crows for years and years. And I think they recently changed that to where if a crow or seagull is a pest, something like that. I can't remember the wording, but they changed the law to where you can pop one if you need to, you know.
Okay. I'm reading. I just read. Oh my gosh. I just read Stephanie's response to me about the dog. And she said, rats and mice don't fart, they explode. Check, but dogs should be okay. They fart. And she starts laughing because, yeah, they do fart. It's gross. And so did Cash. She was like, boy, do they ever. Like dogs. Yeah, they can clear a room. Some of
That sounds a lot like our laws up here. If any animals like deer, coyote,
mm,
foxes, whatever up
Mm-hmm.
here, a
good night,
pest to
brutal flower.
farmers, like their
Have a good
crops and
night.
their livestock, they got the right to shoot it.
Yeah. Well, I had a right to shoot the iguana. I just didn't have the right gun today. I have a small hand pump pellet gun, and it's just difficult for me to do the pumping, and it's only like one at a time. And yeah. But my husband's a pretty good shot. He was really good in the infantry, and he can take that thing out. And he hit one yesterday right in the eyeball up at the top of the tree. He just right in his eye. When it came down, he's like, "Oh, got him in the eyeball." I'm like, "Dang, eyeball's like super tiny."
Yeah, that's wow. That's
He's a
good.
good
That's
marksman.
sharpshooting. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he's a good marksman, especially for such a crappy gun. Like it's really not. It's not super awesome. It's just one of those little. Okay, put the pellet in and then you got to do it all over again.
Powerful than you think.
No, it's pretty powerful. It's just it's not as powerful as you see them. If you watch iguana hunters, they're not using those. They're going around with a little rifle and pop, pop, pop. They'll just take care of them real quick. Sometimes it takes a couple shots with the pump one, the hand pump, because it doesn't have the CO2. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
My pump pellet rifle, it can take down a turkey or a coon or stuff of that size.
Yeah, but yours is a pellet rifle. Is that what you said? Yeah,
So
ours is handheld little handgun size. That's what I want is the rifle. The rifle could easy. Plus I for me, I'm not like a sharpshooter yet, so I want the scope so I can see better. What is this? Oh, yeah, they are really intelligent, Stephanie Joe, the crows, and I love that they do mate for life. And then they will mourn their mate when their mate dies, or at least appear to mourn. And then the murder mourns almost. They said like they have almost like a little memorial service that gather and mourn their dead. So wild. Oh, Constitutional Carver says they have no shortage of turkey vultures or Canadian geese here. I bet. We have things. We have a Canadian plastic goose in our drainage canal behind my house to keep them out. But what I have seen, which was really actually kind of cool, was those Egyptian geese that people keep. Were on the side. I have no idea how they got behind my house. Rob Painless rifles. Now you speak my language. I know that's Aid's language too, Rob, because he helped me get those practice. What are they called? The practice things you can load into the gun, Bob. Is that I was telling you?
Oh, the snap caps.
Yeah, I've got mine. They looked so little, but I was taking pictures and sending them to Aid, and he said no, they're good size for the 22 that I have. Not 22 that I have the shotgun. 16 gauge? Is it 22? What is it? It's not a 20 gauge. It's the other gauge.
12 gauge.
Thank you. Gosh, what's my brain tonight? But yeah, they just looked. They were so light and like they didn't even come in a darn box. They sent them to me in a plastic bag. So I was like, what is this, cheap China shit? Sorry, cheap China crap. Training shells. Thank you, Aiden here. Yeah, they're training shells. Pardon my language. I'm trying to clean it up. Yeah, they have some serious pellet rifles, Tian. I've seen some of them. I just need the cheapy Walmart with a scope that's good, that has good ratings.
There's a channel out there he's got like the maximum air rifles. It's called Ted's Holdover.
That's the channel?
That's a channel. That's his channel name. Ted's Holdover. He's a guy in Iowa, and sometimes farmers will call him in to get rid of some pests like sparrows and swallow or pigeons, whatever else. And he'll go there with this like nuclear amazing, expensive air rifle and nail him, man. And he always shoots for the heart. You know, that guy is one hell of a marksman, man.
He's savage. He's savage. Did I make a noise? Trying to find the thing to plug in. I'm such a dork. Hold on. Barry needs the link. I'll get it for you, Barry. Let me drop it again. Anybody else in the side chat I know that wants to come up, you're welcome. Just give me your face first.
I'm
You're
starting
what?
to get. I'm
Okay.
gonna take off. I'm gonna get tired.
All right. Have a good one, Lewis. Thanks for popping up. I appreciate it.
No
Have
problem.
a good night.
Bye.
See you on video. Bye. Check out it's the Marshmallow Man. He's also in the challenge and doing videos for it.
I'll be right back, guys. Mrs. is home. I'm gonna go say greetings.
Okay. Perfect timing. Bob's gonna go see his missus.
said hi. You should be like, who?
Well,
okay.
Squirrel guy is interesting to watch also. Yeah. The squirrel guy? Does he hunt squirrels or Old Ways of saying the squirrel guy is interesting to watch also. The one that's interesting to watch doesn't kill the animals, but it's like, what the heck is the guy with the hot dogs and the raccoons out on his porch?
Oh, that's a trip.
And
I would love to do that.
It's nuts. They like
I would love to do
settle down. Settle down. You stop.
Let me see if I'm going to try to share this picture TN sent of his dog. That's why I left, because I couldn't.
Oh yeah, the new dogs. Is it 2 or did he get 1? I can't remember. TN, did you get 2 of the black shepherds or was it 1? The guy was just like, yeah, right. Yeah, Rob Painless can hunt some hogs from what I've heard. That's all belly rubs.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I'll belly rub it. Come here. So cute. We need a picture of him standing because it's really hard to see him as a tough dog that's going to guard you and your family when it's
even a guard dog needs its rest.
Even a guard dog needs a little rub on the belly. Our dog does that. If you try to go and get her up off the bed, she rolls over. It's like, no, it's belly rubbing time. Oh, he got a few minutes, about 10 weeks. Oh, sweet. That's so neat because you've been talking about wanting one and then you found that deal, right, Tian? Tian, you can come up if you want to. I'm waiting for Aid to get set up so he can come up too. And Rob, you're welcome because I know you through Aid. I wonder, now you got me wondering, Old Ways, who's the squirrel guy?
I'm not so interested in squirrels, but the raccoon out here is so pretty.
Oh, it's a shoulder kitty.
Hey.
You training her to be a shoulder kitty?
She'll end up there anyway.
So cute. I wish we could get a cat.
In case
I'm just afraid my kids and I would have a problem with it with our asthma. Tibor said they put a couple of those plastic geese around the pond and the geese land and look at it like better you than me. Like they're a stuffed goose. That's funny. Right, CR? It's got so many cute cats.
Oh my goodness, come here.
I know, Tibor. I thought the same thing. Like, also, what if he falls down after he empties his plastic container while they're all out there? Those raccoons can be savage. I remember a lady, I don't know if she was she maybe rehabilitating a raccoon and it ate her baby's face. It got into the baby's room and ate the baby's face off in the crib. And you just hear her screaming on a 911 call. Yeah, horrible. Oh, cute. Passamaquoddy wants to know, Barry, is Charlie a girl or a boy? Which one did you name Charlie? She's cute. It's all about Charlie. She wants a Charlie.
Oh, I know. This is really...
That's fine always.
Oh, goodness.
Always, if you remember it, you can always put it in the comments under the video, which I still need to probably fix the video.
I know, baby. I know.
Listen to
There is a female.
Listen to
Oh,
her.
baby, baby,
She's
baby.
so tiny.
Oh, there she is. Mrs. got me
Where
some
is
kind of Louisiana chicken. So she's warming it up for me right now. So she'll be in to bring it in.
Popeyes? Did she get you Popeyes?
I don't know what it is. It's like
Did somebody make it, Bob, or did she stop by Popeyes? Oh, there's the one
She stopped by
crying.
Popeyes, yeah.
Oh.
God, I had to peel it off my back.
We used to get Popeyes. I love that chicken.
Mm.
Thanks to the offer, but probably not
I haven't
today.
been to
Okay. I
Popeyes
have
yet.
to swap laptops. Plus, I need to stay up to date.
Oh my
All
God.
right.
Okay.
Congratulations, Rob. That's awesome. His daughter's graduation is tomorrow, and they're hosting
Oh,
a party
that's
Saturday
cool.
night. Wow, for a lot of folks. That sounds like fun.
That's awesome.
Oh, I like that. Freya. Pretty. That's a pretty name. Is that a Viking name? Freya, I think? Or is it a Celtic?
Freya?
I know I've heard the name before. Freya. Freya, the goddess of protection, Tien said that's where it comes from.
I knew a
that's hard, Rob. I know. Mine's turning 25. My baby girl. Go ahead, Bob. Sorry.
Norwegian. I worked with a Norwegian lady at Boeing for a while, and her first name was Hallberg.
Okay.
Not Hallberg, but Hallberg. What does that mean? It's a very old name. She says it's the female protector of the fortress.
Wow.
Yeah, very old name. You know? Yeah, female protector of the fortress. So I was like, oh wow, you know.
I'm gonna take a chance
I
and
like that.
upset the other mama. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be hated for a day or two, but no big deal.
Oh, Aid's gonna be helping with that bar, huh? The open bar. Whoop, whoop.
There's a
Frasier. I thought, okay, it was Nordic, then it went Germanic. Germanic. Okay. Yeah, we have German roots. Freya sounded similar to another German name that I can't remember right now. My grandmother's was Wilhelmina. She was Anna Wilhelmina. And what's so funny is my mother never realized it was Wilhelmina. She knew her as Anna Minnie. And I was like, Mom, I think Minnie is short for Wilhelmina. And sure enough, that's how we found more information on my great-grandmother when we used her full German name. That's the one whose father was a wagon. And you and I talked a little bit about it, Bob. Her father, my great-grandfather, fixed wagons in the 1800s. He was like a mechanic for wagons. Oh my gosh.
Like, it's like, could they get any cuter? Look at the paws. They're all white.
There's
Thank you, baby.
It's the calls.
Right. Look at that.
Look at his belly.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, me too, Tibor. We're not in a hurry to get a son-in-law or
Okay.
We're just she's taking it real slow with growing up, and I'm so grateful she did. Especially in this day and age.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll take it back to your mama.
Wow.
Mama.
Wow. Listen to that. Oh gosh, that looks good, Bob. I miss Popeyes. I can't eat it. I'll get sick.
I'm not sure if it's Popeyes or what it is.
Louisiana usually, Louisiana's usually Popeyes. Unless somebody's doing a knockoff version or a real version.
Probably a knockoff, yeah.
And usually Popeyes was down here. They're not in the best neighborhoods. We would drive through not the greatest neighborhood to get it. But it was so good. You were hilarious. My dog is a Finnish Spitz. I'm mentally lazy. His name is Finley. I think it's perfect. I love it. Finley the Finnish Spitz. So cute.
Is it finished or still need to grow some more? I'll see myself out now.
Oh gosh. Dad jokes.
Yeah.
Used to
Sorry.
farm Louisiana chicken.
Once a dad, always a dad.
Oh, okay. Tian said there's different Louisiana chicken kitchens. I didn't know that. The well-known one down here is Popeyes. We didn't have different kitchens. We do have one that is how would you say it, franchise chicken, and it's called Fran's Chicken in Boca. That's really good. If we drive through Boca, we usually get it. And a younger guys somehow ended up getting the business from Fran and her family, but got the recipe. That was the business itself is the recipe for that chicken. Always, somehow I can see that. When you get in certain moods, you would look perfect with Grumpy Cat just kind of nodding next to you over certain things. Like, right, Grumpy? And that face. I miss Grumpy Cat. Oh, I love Chick-fil-A, Stephanie. You know Chick-fil-A. But I can't have any of that fried chicken anymore. There's a cat on YouTube. The channel is the OK Cat. The cat's meow sounds like it is always saying, okay. Oh my gosh, that is super cute. I love it when they can vocalize and it sounds like words. My brother had a cat that I would go in and take care of when he was sick. He lived with my parents, and we were renting 2 rooms from them in the back of the house, and then he had the second master. And as he would get more sick, I would go in and kind of help with the cat. The cat learned to say my name. The cat would go, Carol, Carol. And underneath the door, you'd see this little paw, and she'd be calling me by my name. And then if she didn't hear me respond, she'd go, hello. It was like, yeah, it's cute, but it's like, are you kidding me? What? This cat says hello and my name. My mother didn't believe me. She never heard it say my name. And I think it was after my brother had passed, she heard it say my name. She goes, oh my gosh, it does say your name. I said, I told you. Yeah. It's been saying my name and saying hello for a long time now, Mom. But they had that split, like my parents' house was the split master. So they were kind of over on their other side of the house. And that's where they also had their TV room. We had 2 TV rooms. The house was shaped like an L. And we had 2 TV rooms that the kids could watch. Then my parents could watch their own TV. And the kitchen was like right in the middle almost when you walk in the house. But then their bedroom was over to that one side. And all the kids' bedrooms were in the back on the other side. Except for my brother. He was like right off that kids' room. Which would have been like the eat-in kitchen area. That house was great growing up. It just... the space. My dad did really well coming down here when he got his job with IBM. It was like a 5-bedroom, 3-bath. It was so nice with a pool. Like what kid that it was great. Moved down to Florida and you got the beach and then you also have a pool that is right there to go in.
Wow.
Yeah. We don't have a pool. We have a community pool, which I prefer because I don't have to do the upkeep and do all the I watched my dad do like all the balancing of the chemicals and all that. Blah.
Yeah, my dad did that when I was growing up too. We had our own pool, and man, he had to work so much on that thing. I remember watching him do all this stuff and buy more stuff and do more stuff, and I'm like, I don't think I'll have my own pool. This is a lot of effort.
A lot of work and money too for all that stuff. And then we had to have it resurfaced not too long before they sold it. So it's a good thing they did it. And then they resurfaced all around the pool too, because that was chipping up after, we were there, I think almost 20 to 30 years. I can't remember how many. It's like, I'm trying to think, 2009, Hannah we were here. And that was, 30 years, easy. Yeah, it was 30 years. Oh gosh, Rob. Okay. Happy Hair, is that your wife's channel? Or is that your nickname for Aiden?
Mhm.
I don't think it is. You pee in pools, Gear? Okay, good to know. Anyone who swims with Gear. Gear, you can get in trouble in public pools for that because sometimes they put a little chemical in that it shows a stain around you, like color cloud.
So everybody could point and laugh.
Any man who chops up corn with a hatchet is not afraid of peeing in the pool.
Yeah. True. Not being, I guess he doesn't mind being accused of peeing in the pool.
I don't think he does.
Well, he goes in the pool with his hatchet in hand.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. So Rob, Happy Hair has a channel. Okay. Does she have any content? Is she a creator? Hold on. I didn't know that. Aid left that part out.
Going back to Louisiana style food.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Kentucky kernel flour?
No.
It's like a pre-mixed. It's a pre-seasoned flour. Comes in a box.
Never heard of
And
it.
It makes the most delicious fried chicken I've ever had. I've ever made at home.
Is it like a knockoff of the Colonel's chicken?
No, not even close.
Oh, okay.
No, but it's good. It's really good.
I might have to look on my phone.
And I might have to get me a couple more boxes of it for the summer because I plan on doing a lot of cooking outside.
Oh, I didn't know that, Old Ways, that Popeyes cut their menu in half due to the BS pandemic. That was actually hair that's happy. Okay, let me try that. I need happy hair. Hair keeps breaking and falling out. Hair that's happy. Rob's just over there enjoying that chicken. Smell him breathe. I can hear him breathing through his nose. Just
You know it.
I would be too. I'd be like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to put this on hold. I just got some really good fried chicken. Hair that's happy. I might have to do it on my phone. I'm better at looking up
Mr.
channels.
Bob, did you bring enough for the whole class?
Nope.
Right.
Nope. I am a pig. I'm going to eat all of it. Yep.
Maybe Abe can send me the link, Rob. Just tell him to send me the link and message me the link.
Yeah, Passamaquoddy. I actually have a better chance of buying that flour on Amazon or Walmart because when I go to the store, they're usually sold out.
Old Ways, do we want to know those phrases about happy hair? Since you're like laughing about them. Oh, okay. She has an FB. I don't go on Facebook that often. I use Messenger, Rob, but I don't like Facebook. Facebook is so passive aggressive. I'm not into it.
Yeah.
It's like everybody like puts these things out, like this poetry about how much they hate somebody, but then they're like, oh no, that wasn't about anybody. I was just, feeling that way.
Never.
Yeah, no, it's not aimed at anyone. Okay. Yeah. You want to live with that lie? Go ahead. Oh, okay, 70 Joe. Enjoy your lying down. Thank you for listening. It was so good to see you again. But yeah, you'll find me over here. I'm doing Friday nights. I took one Friday night off because of the challenge, the gardening and homesteading challenge. Entire state of Kentucky, mom and pop's place. Yeah, it's always those mom and pop's place, right? Tian said it's in Florence in the state of Kentucky.
Yeah,
by
Florence.
Florence.
Some nice places up
Oh,
there.
thank you, Passamaquoddy. She sent me the links. Oh, for the flower. I thought you meant I thought you meant Happy Hair's channel. I'm like, oh, you found her. Goofball. I am. Cool. Thank you. Hold on. Let me get it.
Nah, Timor.
Oh.
What I never use the Kentucky kernel to make the gravy, so
Mm,
I just go ahead and
yum.
use flour, straight flour, to make that because I'm picky. And
There, that's what it looks like,
yeah,
y'all. A Kentucky kernel seasoned flour. It is available on Walmart.com for $3.62 a box. I have it. Does that sound about right?
yeah.
Okay. I don't know how big the box is. Hold on. That's for 22 ounces of that flour.
Yeah, there's
Let me.
another box. I'm not sure if that's the largest one you shown or if it, but there's another
Yeah.
box that's bigger.
They conceal their spices, what they are, so I might not be able to have it because sometimes that means they're concealing MSG in it.
Oh
Dang
yeah.
it. It's enriched because the only ingredients they have, it says enriched bleach wheat flour, and then it goes into what's in the flour: niacin, iron, thiamine, mononitrate, riboflavin, folic acid, and then salt, spices, natural flavor. Yeah. Let me
I
see. Let me see if it
So
says it.
many things. Oh boy, that's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, well, the flour has all those. Um, it's really nice. It's B vitamins and iron. That's not bad. Uh, Folic acid is another B vitamin, but I don't know if that's the correct B vitamin. TN, you might know, or also Old Ways might know. There's one that's toxic and one that's good for you, and they've been giving the toxic one to pregnant mothers all these years.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah,
That's
the nice synthetic toxic folic acid or whatever, or the B vitamin. Yeah. I get about 2.5 pound bag or something. Oh, okay.
yeah.
That's yellow. That is yellow. It's a link, but I'm not. Oh, no problem, Rob. Hold on. I'll fix that. Hold on. Let me fix that and you can post the link. If you're a friend of Aid, you're a mod on my channel. That's the way it goes. I know. I want a snack now. Oh, you sent it? Oh, okay. That's fine. Rob, you can still be a moderator.
Now
Or
I
drop in
have
link.
made like my own mix, with
You can
regular
drop your own,
flour.
Rob, if you want. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You have a mix. What?
That's okay. I've actually made my own mix, but I never write it down. I just do it by I'm able to remember what things taste like individually and
Yeah.
what they would taste like together.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people are able, I guess most chefs can do that, but I don't
Yeah.
consider myself a chef. And I've never had a complaint, but I never write it down. And I wished I'd just
I
once
do that too,
that
Barry. A little of
mixture.
this, a little of that, and then it
Yeah.
comes out great. And they were like, "What? How much of what did I put in this? What and what? How much?"
I mean, I had my kids say, Mom, he's giving you a run for your money. And I was like,
Ooh,
shh,
yeah, don't start
because
fights with
there's
mom
going to
and
be
dad.
days where I don't want to cook, especially fried chicken. I'd rather, I would have rather their mom do it. But, but yeah, I'm going to have to do that this summer. There's no two ways about it.
Old ways, no way.
Okay.
Old ways shared with us one of her happy hair phrases. Have had those phrases since my youth. Hope that happy hair tickles your fancy. Oh dear. I won't go into what that might mean.
Yeah, I'm just. Ooh, single guy here. My mind just went all over the place.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Tibor said, Barry, wife said she has used it, but you really got to be careful if you use it to make the chicken gravy. Oh, that's what you were referring to when you were talking about the
Yeah, because
gravy.
I'll never use a pre-mixed, seasoning and flour.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, kind of if you get drippings off the chicken, you're already getting some of that flavor from it anyway. You don't want to
Yeah,
overdo it. Yeah.
yeah.
But if it makes a gravy similar to KFC, I used to like that. Not the
used
gravy, not the gravy itself. The last time I ate KFC, it gave me the the poops. Gave me the it was bad. And it was the gravy, whatever fat they use in that gravy. Woo.
I brought mine back. Last
Did
time I
you?
was at KFC, I brought it back. I said, I paid way too much for this to be pink.
Oh, they almost killed you.
Yeah, I said, then they said, well, we'll drop you more. And I said, no, you're going to pay me back.
Yeah, you're gonna give me
And
my
they
money
got
back.
the manager. I had to stand around for 10 minutes while the manager was standing back there staring back at me while we were talking to the person who was waiting on me. And I just gave them that look like, you're going to come over here. And,
Yeah, you're the manager, you idiot. I
we
won't
never
say that.
did.
I won't curse him.
He left it on the employee, and the
Of
employee
course.
said, I'm sorry, he's just and then she stopped herself and I was like, easy girl. Easy
Yeah.
girl. This is your paycheck.
Oh, have a good night. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate it. Oh, you're welcome. Appreciate you here. I always appreciate Aid in the background too. He uses that wrench like a hammer. So if people come in here and screw around, he's back there. Boop. There they go.
Yeah, Tibor, I agree. KFC went downhill, but they've increased the prices for the same.
Congratulations again, Rob. Enjoy your party. I know it's always hard for the host to enjoy the party. I hope you do. I hear that, Bob. I hear some crunching over there.
That's got to be the skin.
It's the crispy parts of the skin, eh? Mm-hmm. Oh, delicious, yummy. Making everybody hungry here. Okay, CR, that's understandable. I know it's almost 2 a.m. here. I probably should end it. So I guess I'll just do an overview of the whole sale. Yeah, smash them trolls. That's right. Of what they have if it's not pouring rain, which I hope it's not tomorrow.
Yep.
Plus, it gets so buggy. I don't know if it does that in Tennessee, but after it gets rainy here, like we've had, it gets buggy. Tuck Aid in if he's sleepy, Tibor. You're telling Rob to tuck him in? That's too much. That's like me saying, is that Aid's nickname Happy Hair? Too much. Sure if I'll ever go to KFC anymore since they announced the buffet shutting down. Oh, I didn't even know they had a buffet.
Yeah, Lee's famous recipe took theirs out back when we were hit by the vid, and I asked if they were bringing it back, and they said no. And I said, you just lost a customer. Which I had said that after I had their chicken, and their chicken, actually, the quality of the chicken went downhill.
Wait, she had a fried what in her? A ray? Like a stingray? I think your the spell check got you again, past McQuaddy. She screamed and had a fried ray. I wonder what that could be.
Rat.
Bug? Rat? Oh, a rat! Ew! Ew!
Oh, just that thing.
How do you miss that? That's awful.
And the fry pan, or the fry buckets are all contaminated with that. Oh God,
That's so gross. And they do like a pressure fry. That at least they used to. They used to do their frying under pressure somehow.
Ugh.
That's what he developed. So yeah, it immersed in all the chicken that was in that batch. Yeah. Can you imagine though? Can you imagine? Some guys
I know where their headquarters is.
The best one I've ever had from them. It's the rat pack.
I've been to their headquarters. I know where it's at. So I could just drive up to Louisville and have a talk with them. But
I can eat damn near anything, but if they're rat.
Yeah, fried rat. No thanks.
Okay, if it's cooked on accident like that, I don't know, man. I'd rather have it come out of a kitchen where that's what they specialize in.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I would. If they know what they're doing, it's not something nasty. It was living behind their refrigerator.
Yes, exactly, Barry.
Yeah,
How old was that thing when it went in? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Rat on a stick. Yeah, that's street food there old ways. Like the cow vajayjay that we saw that woman preparing and then
Oh.
chopping up and making something out of. It was the most disgusting thing ever.
Okay. Get rid of these bones.
I eat it
and
fresh.
But I've been to
We had
the
to,
first
yeah.
KFC in Corbin,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, it was the same thing. It was the same prices.
CR. We helped CR not eat late at night. It's like, well, I feel
You're
less
welcome,
hungry.
CR.
You're welcome. But you're the one probably who could eat late at night, and it wouldn't matter. You've got like that metabolism, I think, that's pretty fast. CR. T-Boy, that's what it stood for? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kentucky Fried Rat. Cat. Now it's Kentucky
Hey,
Fried Rat. Oh, sorry. No wonder why the kitty felt that, Tibor. Felt that bad energy. I'm
it's
so sorry. I
okay. I'm
appreciate you being good.
not let anyone fry you.
Especially after the fried rat cat thing. Killing you with the rats. Oh, that's an interesting one. Really, old ways. I've got to get to my Asian market and go check that out. Went to the Asian market and saw hog ovaries and uterus for sale.
Ugh.
I'm never eating at an Asian neighbor's house ever.
Homestead's being good over there. Why?
I saw that.
Why?
That's good night, Idaho Garden Girl. You're always welcome up. Just so you know.
Always.
Always welcome up on the panel. Because we can always take it back to gardening. That's what my husband said. You guys can't be talking about gardening the whole time. I'm like, no, we talk about gardening and just life and silly things too. And gross things like a rat in a KFC bucket. That's horrible. I don't think I want to eat
organs.
I don't think I want to eat out again now. Thank you. I'll be eating, and we just ordered pizza from outside, but I did not order meat. My daughter will order like bacon on her cheese pizza. I can't do that because of the nitrites and nitrates that they put in bacon and all the smoked meats. But I got one that was supposedly free of that, was gluten-free, and Passamaquoddy, it's a sausage though. And Passamaquoddy was talking about hot sausage, so I spiced mine up because it was mild to like pepper flakes. I like to take sausage sometimes and roll it in olive oil and salt and pepper the outside.
Good night, CR.
That skin, and then give it a little broil at the end. So it's just got like that pop on the outside. Yeah. So I made that, and that's what I put on my gluten-free pizza with mushrooms and onions. Oh, so good.
You know, I got room in my kitchen for you right now, Carol. You know?
Okay. She right up.
Yep. Door's open. Come on in.
Just remember, at some point you have to pass through Kentucky to get to Seattle.
Yeah, I'll be stopping by and making meals. That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if I was rich and single, I'd do that. But I don't know what I need a nanny for Malachi because he'd be tearing up the house that I'm cooking in. Be like, Malachi, please don't go on that chandelier.
Oh, please, there's not much here to tear up.
Oh, he'll find something. He will find something. Today we had the boxes all broken down and put together to go out because my husband can take them into work for the compactor and they recycle.
Mm-hmm.
Malachi pulled them all out and had them all over the floor within seconds. Just 1 second, you turn your back. He's spilled multiple bottles of bubbles that my husband has bought while they're doing bubbles in the backyard. I'm like, you really need to just pour it in what he's going to use and get that thing the heck away from him as soon as possible. But I see his dilemma because he walks away from Malachi with the little bit of bubbles and Malachi can toss that too. So yeah, we've got our hands full with the little guy. Miss being able to eat the red hot sauce. I could take that sentence two ways, but I know you miss eating red hot sausages. I just made mine a little extra spicy. I put the hot pepper flakes on them because that could
like
be
Eckrich smoked sausage that has jalapeno and cheddar in it. Oh, so good.
I haven't tried that one, but it sounds good. I get the one, I can't think of the name brand, but he looks kind of like the chef that used to say "bam" all the time. The picture on it. But he makes all kinds of different ones. He makes like a chicken
Emerald
apple.
Lagasse?
Yeah, the guy looks a little bit like Emerald Lagasse on the sausage label.
Mhm.
And his sausage is really good.
Hey,
Put him in the basement at Bob's. Q will watch him. Oh dear. Okay.
Hmm.
That's what it is. You bring the
there.
kids and they get watched in the basement while the women work up in the kitchen. Got a real got a
Oh
nanny in
boy.
the basement and the cooks in the kitchen.
Hmm.
Okay, Doc B. Yeah, that sounds normal. Gosh, who's gonna party like it's 1999? Story about Colonel actually stole. What? He stole the recipe? No, I never read that, Tibor.
I
But
never trusted that colonel. He's just
but
shady.
Mr. Happy Trees on PBS stole his shtick too. There was like a thing on him, and Mr. Bob was it? I think his name's Bob too. Everybody loves that guy. He's so peaceful and everything. In real life, supposedly he had quite a temper. He was a vet though, so and he was really pissed too because once they started filming on PBS, he had just gotten that perm. And they were like, well, that's like your thing now, so you're going to have to keep it. And he's like, I hate my hair. Well, it's your shtick. It's part of you. And yeah, they made him keep his permed hair all those years.
You remember the Cajun cook?
Maybe.
I can't think of his name right now, but he said, "Oh, this is gonna be good. I guarantee." He had that real thick Cajun accent.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think he was on PBS for a long time.
I used to watch the Frenchman and he would be on with
Justin Wilson. Yep, that's it.
Him but I also used to watch the other one, Jacques. I think his name's Jacques. Shoot. All the names are this is the brain that is not working right now. It just is going blank. It's not even tiredness. It's just what Barry and I were describing. It's just a complete fog. All of a sudden.
Understand. I do.
But Bob, you got there by inhaling cool chemicals and, sanding aluminum. I didn't even get to have all that fun. Darn it.
Oh, it was a blast. I really miss coming home from work with chips of aluminum stuck in my hair and in my nose. I miss it. I miss it so much. Yeah.
All those aluminum shavings up your nose. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you. I do wonder what aluminum. Yeah, I saw it. That he's right. Yep, that's right. Jacques Pepin. I can't do French. Sorry. Like not that kind. Sorry. What did you soak them in? What am I missing, Tian? Penrose hot sausages haven't been around. Oh, they're not even around. Yeah, I worry, Passamaquoddy. I never went in for my deep contrast MRI. What's going on up there? But I don't worry too much about it because I'm not going to drive myself cucamonga. But I wonder if I have my mom's same vascular issues that she had in her brain already that predisposed her to those. Supposedly my sister said she had them, but she'll say anything to just work people over, so I don't know if she really had it or not. But yeah, I didn't do the contrast because I was afraid of the contrast agent because it can stay in the brain from the research I did. I wish they had a way to do a brain scan without giving you contrast and be able to see exactly what's going on. That would be great. Then I'd do that. But
I hate to disturb little kitten, but I think I see something ugly on the wall.
Yeah.
Contrast makes me sick too. I've had it for the gallbladder. Makes you feel like I don't know if I'm allergic to it, but I felt
Mhm.
awful after that. Mom doesn't have any of that stuff, but her mom did. So yeah, it's so hard, Cashew. You don't know if it's exposure, genetics and exposure. I actually wanted to study the brain a little bit more and have that as a topic one night just to talk about brain health and what we can do to keep our brains healthy. And if we can do. I know exercise is one. Exercise is something that improves everything across the board. Getting more
Doing
oxygen
doing
into your
something that you
system.
enjoy.
Yeah, and doing something you enjoy mentally,
Uh-huh.
that's great. Yep,
You
you're
bet it
right.
is. That's very important.
Mhm. Are you still doing the exercise, Bob, or did you have to take time off with
I had to
your
stop when we moved
Okay.
because I was the only one doing the moving, and I had to go in there and say, "This is doing me a world of good, but
Gotta come
I
back. Yeah, I
and
can't.
I've got a higher priority here, guys." You know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I hope you get to go back when things settle more with the new house because I know that's stressful. Move is very stressful.
Hmm.
You don't it's like you don't think about it. You think like, "Oh, move. Oh, is it"
Ooh, it's a big old wolf spider.
Yeah, we get those. They like to come in the house when it's raining.
Yeah, I
Hate
Hmm.
it.
scared it back outside. It came in where the air conditioner is.
Oh, heck no. No, thank
You
you.
you need some caulking, bro.
Yeah,
We need
it's
something.
true. They'll always find the littlest thing, though,
Well,
to get in.
this
Yep.
sucker's huge.
Oh, what are you Tian, what are you making?
I always let them live if I can, but
Moose
because most
formation.
spiders are beneficial.
Mustard seed, peppercorn, garlic, split dry. That sounds. What's the alum for? Isn't that aluminum? Why do you have to add that? Or alum? What is that? I've seen that as an ingredient before. I don't know. Oh, it helps retain the crispiness of the. Okay. There's a certain type of cucumber, and I want to find it, and I don't know what it is, but it remains crispier for the pickles. I'd like to make some of my own pickles.
Me too, but
Well, you can do the fridge pickles like they're talking about. You don't have to do like, canning.
I've seen people actually reuse the brine.
I've done that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done that.
Well, they just put pickling cucumbers in it and just
Mm-hmm.
forget about it for a while and then come back to it. And I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they're just as good.
Yep, I've done that.
I love butter pickles.
Yeah, the sweeter
Uh,
ones.
and then
Those are.
there's the what's that cucumber thing that people do that they come out sweet? They're not like pickled, or they're not
Oh,
pickles.
fermented pickles?
Is that what it is? Because they're like really sweet and they've got like onion and stuff and spices mixed in with the
I don't know. Tian would
clear.
probably know. He's like
I
the
can never
chef over
remember what
there.
it's called. I think I've seen the Amish sell some of it, and at the
Is,
time I
is
just
Is it
it's
like a
like a
relish?
yeah, I was gonna say just that. Yeah. Hmm.
Is it like a relish or a chutney or something?
I guess, but I mean it's not really chopped up as a relish. It's
It's
whole
whole.
slices, pickles.
Oh, like the garden
Yes,
mix?
because they would. Yeah, I guess I don't.
Does it have
It's really
cauliflower and carrots in it and other things like that? Or is it just
yeah, but
strictly pickles?
Mom never did put the other stuff in it. She just put the
Because
spices in
that's
it.
an
And
Italian thing. The one that the garden mix that's pickled. That's an Italian
that would
thing
make sense because Dad, comes from
from Italy.
his family's from Italy. So
Yeah, that's they used to also make one. This used to gross me out, and people would buy it. They'd also put it over near the bakery where I worked in jars. Ones with little baby octopuses floating in there, like some kind of antipasta mix with
Yep.
them. Yeah, whole.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Cashew just put up a link for Amish refrigerator pickles. You're awesome, Cashew. I was just watching a whole thing, a series that I found this girl's channel. It's called Make It Make. I think she's a little under 40,000. people.
You
But she
showed
did,
me that, and I watched her all day long.
right? She's
Yeah.
great. She's just so neat, like friendly, like a neighbor. And her neighbor is Amish, and she learned some canning stuff from the Amish. The Amish do not pressure can. They water bath everything.
Water
They just
bath. Yeah.
they just water bath it for much longer. Like the USDA, it's not recommended for the USDA, so I have to say all that stuff. You have to do your own research, blah blah blah. But make it. It's very interesting because then you hear the Amish lady too off camera when she's going through what the Amish lady stocks and has made. And she asks her about each kind of recipe. And yeah, really neat. Really neat. I like finding out about it. And just,
She's easy on the eyes too.
oh, and she's a beautiful woman.
I
Yeah.
have to add that. I'm sorry. You know.
No, make is she's a beautiful, and she's a Christian woman too. I didn't know that at first. Talks about giving her channel to the Lord. So she's sweet spirited too. Are they? Oh, they're talking about too pickling little smokies. I like making those little pigs in blankets with the little smokies. My daughter loves those. Like with the croissant dough. But it is 2:15 a.m. here, and I'm supposed to get up earlier than usual on my sleep-in
Okay.
Saturday. But I love you guys. Thank you for coming in. Your likes, your support, you're watching my videos. You don't know how much that means to me. And just just even brainstorming with me over things and learning new things from you. I just really appreciate that. And I treasure that you come to my channel on these lives too. It means a lot that you take time out and do that. So I will see you guys hopefully next Friday, and I'll hopefully have a video out of the spring sale I'm going to this weekend. But thank you. Have a blessed night. And thanks, guys, on the panel. Check out Bob942 and check out Storms, Radios, and Cats, who's also in our little friendly competition. Or what is it? Gardening, homesteading skills. Look for that hashtag and check out those videos. All right, bye, guys.
Bye.